Welcome in, everybody. Ben and Woods. Happy Thursday to you. Let's get our heads right on this beautiful Thursday morning. Not a victory Thursday, as it were. Kind of lost the battle and the war yesterday. We'll talk about that. Crippling blow to our San Diego Padres. But, listen, no use crying over spilled milk. Next man up. I texted somebody we all know very well yesterday, Jesse Agler. And I said, man, what a huge loss. And he said, well, it's the story of the 2025 San Diego Padres. Next man up. I thought, you know what? You're right. No need to panic about it now. But we will talk about the injury to Razor Ramon. We'll talk about yesterday's game. I have some pretty spicy takes on some things I saw yesterday. Just a little annoying. We talked yesterday in the open, Benny, about, well, I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer. Hi, Paul.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, Ben.
Hi.
We talked yesterday in the open about the fair weather Padres content whores.
Yes, we did.
That you don't hear anything about the Padres from them all year long. Other radio stations notorious for this. And then all of a sudden, they're down posing with the Friar. They're down. Listen, we're in the grind every day. We watch this team every day. I don't like those guys. Like, it pisses me off every year. You don't see me down at the Justin Bieber concert sucking down your clout, do you? You don't see me down at Zayn Malik, whoever that is. You don't see me.
Good poll.
You don't see me down at Sabrina Carpenter's show. Yo, what's up? It's Woodsy. Down here, Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Fever's all over San Diego.
One of the hottest things. You don't see it. You're not going to see it. It's never going to happen. Okay? Number one, because I'm not an idiot. And number two.
You guys excited? Yeah!
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So the clout whores, the vultures, pissed me off yesterday. What pissed me off yesterday afternoon was the grand proclamations that I saw about this San Diego Padres baseball team. Oh, these guys rolled over. They don't care. It's enough to make me want to put my head through the wall. And I almost did. So we'll talk about that. A little spicy mood this morning. Didn't get a lot of sleep, as usual. Never do on a Wednesday, ever. Round table looming, workout looming, football looming tonight with the kids. It's just a lot. Just a little bit under the in the pressure cooker right now.
It's a stressful time of the year.
It is stressful. It's fun, but it's stressful.
Yeah, even for just fans. I mean, beyond us, who, our livelihood is somewhat connected to the San Diego Padres.
But not on how well they do.
No. In fact, I think we've talked many times. When they do poorly, things are good for us. But I think we all feel emotionally connected, like
Correct.
Fans do strongly, which when you're emotionally connected to something, and you want something to happen, you're going to be stressed about it.
I feel protective. I just figured it out. That's how I feel. I feel protective towards the end of the year. I do. I feel like, no. You don't. No. You don't. You're not a part of this. We are a part of this. Our tier ones are a part of this.
Gatekeeping, bro?
I gatekeep. I do. 100% I gatekeep.
Which is not normally something you should be proud of.
Correct. I'm not proud. Never did I say I'm proud of it.
Right.
I never said I'm proud of it. But I gatekeep this time of year. I absolutely do.
We all kind of do that.
Right.
The high-minded among us would like to say, the more the merrier.
I saw some of that in the chat. No, the bandwagon, there's plenty of room.
There's plenty of room.
But it's not for the right reasons.
Come on and join us and cheer on your San Diego Padres in their playoff run.
It's not for the right reasons.
I think secretly we all feel like if you weren't here.
Yeah.
Back then don't jump on right now with us.
I know.
Or at least don't act like you're on the same level as us.
Exactly. That's it. And listen, that's just me being 100% honest. It's not a cool thing to admit. It makes you look like an idiot.
Because we know you'll jump on, and if, something disappointing happens and the Padres are eliminated, you will shrug and go, oh, bummer, they lost. And then you'll move back on to your life.
Correct.
Whereas we will feel it for days or weeks even. I mean, last year's playoffs are still gnawing at us.
Yeah.
We're almost
damn near killed us.
12 and a half. I mean, it's 12 months since and they're still gnawing at us.
He's still just crushing.
And everyone else was like, oh, it was a fun run. I guess maybe next year. And they're on to something else in like an hour.
Yeah.
So Yes.
Like, even if they win the World Series this year, there's going to be a small part of somebody's mind that's going to go, could have won 2 in a row.
Yeah. Should have been 2 in a row. I know. I get it. Look, today
That
is
one's going to sting.
today.
Forever.
Today is Therapist Appreciation Day, so I'd like to thank both of them, Dr. Robertson. Thank you, and Dr. Higgins as well. Not you. I know. Would never go to you for therapy ever. Last
Why wouldn't you go to me for
the
therapy?
worst therapist on the planet, and it's not particularly close. I can't think of a worse one. I would rather.
I think I'd have strengths and weaknesses. Obviously,
I think it would be all weakness.
Weakness
Number one,
talk, so
he wouldn't.
Me and my wife
weakness.
are arguing.
I wouldn't
and,
listen.
to you.
He wouldn't
yeah,
listen.
Sure,
Sure.
Strength.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm texting my buddy Scotty about.
Hang on, let me get this Wordle in. Hang on. Yeah.
Strength. I'm calm. I try not to add to anybody's stresses. It's like it's gonna be okay.
Thank you to mine. I wouldn't be here without you. So thank you, Therapist Appreciation Day. Again, Dr. Robertson, Dr. Higgins, you guys are both elite. And I
can confidently say, and I have no idea how much you pay.
Yeah,
they're underpaid.
There's no question. And it's not cheap, but they are. Imagine sitting with me and Hannah in a room. Both of us. Just nodding along, going, oh. 1 o'clock in the morning, you get up, you say, oh, okay. Oh, he does what? Oh, okay. That's normal. All right. Yeah, they are massively underpaid. And we're entertaining, though. It's an entertaining session. They probably look forward to our session because it's entertaining. Yeah. My therapist is like, what? That happened? Yeah.
Steven, what were you thinking there?
Yeah. What was the thought process?
What were you looking for?
Well, what were you looking for
argument?
on that pitch there? I was looking for something I could handle, just looking for something I could drive. I had the weirdest dream last night, too. This terrible, weird work dream that they sent us, the 3 of us, to Palm Springs to do a broadcast. And it was in like a hotel attached to a restaurant. And we went in and we sat down. And
I'm already in. That sounds nice.
Yeah, right? We sit down at a card table. And I'm looking around and I go
like a folding card table or
like a folding
like
there's
a poker table.
Folding table.
Okay, folding table.
And I sit down and I'm like, what is this? There's no microphone. And Paulie goes, yeah, they gave us these headphones. The microphone is in the bulb of the headphone. And I'm like earbuds, but they're huge, right? And so we sit down and we plug in. And we're like, and then this girl runs in and sits down. She's like, I'm so sorry I'm late. I'm like, who are you? And she's like, oh, I'm so-and-so. Adam sent me. And I go, what? And I shake her hand and I go, your hand's very sweaty. She goes, I'm very nervous. And I go, but who are you? She's like, I'm on your show now.
First time on the radio.
I've never heard of her. I have no idea who she is.
It's my first time talking into a microphone.
I had no idea. I go, oh, well, welcome. And I look down at Ben and Ben's like, I don't know. We plug in, we start talking. People are writing. It sounds like crap. It doesn't sound good. So we all actually, it wasn't just me that stormed out. We threw our stuff down, right? So we walk out and then I'm walking through the restaurant and then we just abandoned the show. The show went on, but we weren't on it. So when I woke up this morning, I thought that I was in that spot. So I grabbed my phone and I was waiting for texts from Big Boss Michael, Little Boss Adam, and on down the line. You guys just abandoned the show. There was no show. We couldn't hear. There was no microphones. What are you talking about? Abandon the show. We walked away. We all actually walked away and just went our separate ways that day.
Ben's like, I'm going golfing.
Yeah, Ben's going golfing. I think I was on my way up to some gondola or something.
The aerial tramway.
Yeah, the aerial
nice. Yeah.
This is a very detailed dream.
So when I woke up, I was looking for those texts of hey guys, WTF, where are you? And I was like, who's this girl on your show? I woke up in a panic.
Are you telling me that you can create people in dreams that you don't know?
Yeah.
I don't think I can. I think everybody in my dreams is someone that I know. I don't create new people.
Could be from 20 years ago, but the connection there.
It feels like it's someone familiar to me, every character in my dream.
This girl, I'd never seen her before. Had no idea who she was. And she was all in a huff.
And your mind created this
My mind created her, and she was ready to be on the Ben and Wood show. And unbeknownst to us, we had a new co-host walk in and just start. It was wild, man. It was wild.
Do you ever tell your therapist your dreams
No.
to try to interpret them or anything like that?
Because mine aren't. I don't really have. My reality is enough for them. We don't need. When I start talking about my dreams, I'm wasting my money because my reality is such that I need the help with real
Before
things.
we get to the dream world,
bro. Yeah. Mhm.
Let's tackle the real world first.
So I did. I woke up and I was like, okay, no, we have Mike. Like I'm gonna go into. We'll have microphones. Paulie's gonna be there. Ben's gonna be there. We're not gonna have another co-host that I don't know. I said we're good.
I feel like I've had similar dreams in that you are trying to do your job, but for whatever reason, you're unable to do it. And you worry about the consequences or recriminations of like, I was really trying to do my job and for whatever reason, I could not complete my job. And it feels bad when you can't do that.
It was terrible. It was a terrible, work. And then Enrique says work dreams are the worst. They already get you most of the day, and then you dream of work for no pay. Yeah, I did a show. Well, we only did a second of the show, and then we bailed. I was proud of Ben, though, for walking away with us in solidarity because it was so bad that he's like, even Ben was like, I'm not doing this. And with this stupid microphone in my headset.
Were there any listeners there? Can you remember?
No, but it was at like a hotel/restaurant. So there were people milling about.
Sure. But no rhyme or reason for us being out there.
No rhyme or reason. My wife wants to know why I'm dreaming about other girls.
sweaty, nervous girls.
Palmed girls to come in.
I do think it would be nice if every dream could just be like a vacation.
Oh,
like when you go to sleep,
best.
You dream, but it's always something really cool. Like I'm on a great trip or I'm doing something fun. I'm on an adventure. And it's always like a getaway. But we tend to dream about work, worries and stuff like that. It's like, well, wouldn't this be so much easier if every night we got, 6-7 hours of, pure bliss?
100%. You wake up, you're like, man, that was amazing.
That was cool.
Can I go back?
Yeah, you wake up, you roll over, light a cigarette. Your wife's like, oh, you had that dream again, did you? You're like, yeah, it was unbelievable. Can't wait to go to sleep tonight. So good. So I already started the day in like a negative. Well, not even negative.
Taking NyQuil at 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm
going to bed. Like, oh, you perverts. I started the day, woke up, and when you wake up in like a, like a tizzy kind of, it kind of starts your day not in a good way, not in a good way.
Ryan in the chat says his work caught fire yesterday, and then he just relived that in his dream over and over again. Okay, well, there's a story there.
Sorry to hear that, Ryan. We got to interview Sammy Hagar yesterday, so that's almost the same thing.
Did.
What a great day.
It did not disappoint. You'll even hear that tomorrow on the program.
We had such a great time. Now, again, Ben, you probably know 3 Sammy Hagar songs, maybe. Paulie, did you know any Sammy Hagar songs?
I knew like Van Halen songs. His Van Halen songs.
It's funny because I was telling you guys this off the air. Sammy obviously was in Van Halen. He was in Montrose. He was in Chickenfoot. But so we had Sammy on. He's promoting his new tequila brand, Santo. And I grew up a David Lee Roth guy because that's what I grew up on, Van Halen. And then when he left, I was so disappointed. I just wanted to die because Van Halen 1984 came out when I was 9 years old. I listened to it until it burned out. And when he left, I was like, oh, no, dude, Van Halen's no longer. It's like my first real heartache as a child. And Sammy came in. And so I immediately was like, ugh, I didn't like Sammy. And I knew him a little bit. I was like 9 or 10. Well, then the albums that 5150 comes out. I'm like, all right, it's pretty good. I got to admit. OU 812, that's pretty good. For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, which if you do the anagram, see what that means? Very edgy. Came out when I was in high school. And I was like, oh, it's pretty good. But over the years, David Lee Roth, to me, the human has really slid down, and Sammy Hagar, the human, has really risen to the top. I still think the old Van Halen songs are my favorite, but as far as personality and person goes, it's Sammy Hagar.
It's kind of rare for the band to even have any semblance of the first version of the band when you move on, especially with the front man.
Right. And then
it's usually, you just can't do it.
So when we get the chance to interview him yesterday, I'm like, yeah, we'll take it. We will absolutely take it.
We're going to air this interview tomorrow.
Yeah,
I've already got it scheduled. It'll be posted up on YouTube tomorrow morning after we air it.
We got to edit it a little bit.
I had to do a couple of small edits.
Yeah.
But I mean, I watched it again yesterday as I was editing it, and you guys are going to love this interview. Like Woodsy in particular, like that is your arena,
jam.
Dude.
I loved
the way you had him hooked into these, like, I don't want to say random stories, but probably stories he was not expecting.
Yeah.
Shows that you didn't go to when you were in high school in Dallas.
I knew exactly what I wanted.
And he's like, wow, like, I can't believe that's where you guys are going here. Like, this is awesome. It was such a fun conversation.
Well, yeah, Woods obviously took the lead on this interview. I will say I came away extremely impressed with just the person.
He's amazing.
That Sammy Hagar is.
He's amazing.
Just seemed like the coolest guy.
When I got out of bed he is 78 years old in October. And when I got out of bed this morning with a little bit of panic and a little frowny, I go, what would Sammy Hagar do? The guy would shoot out of bed and be like, all right. Like, he was unbelievable.
And I want to share this because this reflects on Woods, and he probably wouldn't do it himself. But after the interview was over, Sammy sent a text to the guy who set it up, and then it was passed along to me. And Sammy said, I just finished the interview. It was fantastic. I feel I got more said than my normal 1,520-minute interviews.
15, I thought it was 15 to 20.
20-minute interviews. Was that what it was? But either way, he said, these guys were good. That's for Woods.
Made my day, dude.
Yeah. That was for Woods.
Really,
so
I was on cloud nine.
That's how well the interview went.
It was great. He was the best guy ever. And now, of course, when you have an interview that goes that well and the guy's so cool, you're like, maybe we'd be best friends. How about that? You just want to? I'll just roll with you.
Yeah.
I'll come to Vegas.
He probably gets that a lot. If he's got that personality, everybody probably thinks, "Oh, I'm best friends with Sammy Hagar now."
That's my buddy Sammy.
He was the best. He was so kind and funny. And wait till you hear the story of how he actually got into Van Halen, which blows my mind. He was amazing, dude. He was amazing, and I think you guys will really dig it. It doesn't look. I'm gonna be honest with you. Doesn't fit to play a 15-minute Sammy Hagar interview in the middle of a sports show. But as you guys know, we're more than a sports show. I think you guys will really dig it.
We're going to do it Friday, probably somewhat early, first half of the show. There's no game tonight, so
God, he was good.
We're just chilling tomorrow.
I
think it's a good fit. You guys are going to love it.
It was so fun, man.
It was awesome.
It was so fun. The energy. I was blown away.
The second he jumped onto the Zoom.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm like, whoa.
The three of us were on Zoom for, 3 or 4 minutes, and then he popped on right at the time that
right
we
on
said.
time, 11 o'clock.
You're like,
whoa,
holy
shit.
How old is he? 78 years old. Can you put that picture back up of the four of us? He looks younger than
all of us.
All of us.
All of us.
You guys look good. And he acts terrible. Younger. I mean, maybe he's had some work done. I don't know. He looks great. He looks good, though. I mean, he looks really good.
Sharp. Yeah.
Sharp.
He was awesome.
I told my buddy who's a huge Hagar fan, he goes, hey, man, how did he sound? And I go, Bauman, he hasn't lost one marble. I go, if I just played you the audio, and I said 85 or 2025. He sounds the same. He sounds the exact same. Now, he can't sing as high as he used to. He's in a little bit different register. Who amongst us isn't? But he still sounds great. He still moves great. And I go, you would never know to talk to him. You would never, ever know to talk to him that the guy's almost 80 years old. You just wouldn't. He hasn't lost a beat. So I'm so stoked for you guys to hear it tomorrow.
He did take a veiled shot at other 80-year-old rockers.
He took a shot at David Lee Roth. It's David Lee Roth he's talking about. It's amazing.
He also may not have forgotten one of your names.
Look, I love
that's not an old thing.
I loved the interview so much that I don't mind that he called me Tom at the end.
The very end. We're talking the last 15 seconds, maybe. He's like, Ben and Tom, this was awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much.
So, Paulie, meet Woods from 3 years ago. You know what he tells you to do? He calls you immediately and says, hey, can you edit that out?
Yeah.
I'm leaving it in. You have to hear it. Because I immediately was like,
he remembers Ben's name.
Ben, yes,
he didn't say a word.
Who's like started the interview like, I know nothing about music. You're a singer or something? Ben and Tom. And I go, it was almost perfect. God would not let me have one perfect moment. Not one. Tom.
We're all looking at each other on Zoom, so I'm trying not to react too much. But in my head, I'm screaming as soon as I heard it. Like, Ben and Tom, huh?
Maybe I'll do my classic Woods, and we can space it in at the end. He was so good. You could tell because he wanted to say goodbye, and he's like, "Hey, Ben and Tom," and I'm like, "It's not Tom, Tommy Lee Woods." Yeah, I like that. It's the Ben and Tom show. We do need to take a quick break on the Ben and Tom show.
We'll check traffic. We'll set the menu for a busy Thursday program coming up. Don't go away. Ben and Woods here on 97.3 The Fan.
It's Ben and Tom
on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This traffic report is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Well, we got a big problem on the 805 southbound at Murray Ridge Road. Police are out there trying to catch a dog that got loose, so just be extra careful. And they're still clearing some construction debris on the 8 westbound right at the 15. Your hunt for the perfect breakfast sandwich is over. Jack in the Box's sourdough scramblers, starting at $3.49, comes with toasted sourdough, scrambled eggs, melty cheese, and your choice of hickory, smoked bacon, or grilled sausage. Then does you one better by being available all day. I'm Sue Aller with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Yeah, as Woods mentioned, kind of a
Woods.
Ben and
Woods.
Tom.
Damn it, man.
Ben and Tom.
Yesterday was a double dose of bad news for the Padres.
It was.
Not just the loss, but the loss of Ramon Laureano for at least the first round of the playoffs. And let's be honest, sounds like it could be longer, maybe the rest of the season.
We all got that vibe.
I
from
did.
The post-game,
yeah,
right?
Mike Schultz was not sugarcoating it
I don't
at
want
the
to
end in any way.
Yeah, I don't want to read too much into it, but I think we all best prepare for a life in the postseason without Ramon Laureano, which is just, there's no way to sugarcoat it. It is a huge blow.
Making a difficult task even more difficult, but not impossible.
Of course not.
We will discuss all of that coming up. Our Padres crap up, unfortunately, the first of the week. In our next segment, we'll get into the series finale against the Brewers yesterday, and then busy show coming up. Sam Levitt.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Because we just talked about it. The Laureano. I got Schultz.
I thought you were going to play Ben and Tom real quick.
No. You can kind of hear it in Schultz's voice.
How's Ramon? He's got a fractured finger in his index finger in his right hand. He's going to be missing some time, and he will not be ready for the first round of the playoffs.
Schultz usually pontificates a little bit more
positive.
He went on and then said, "If not a hairline fracture, it's not a
fracture.
Stress fracture. It's a fracture."
How did it happen?
I thought I was on crazy pills or
I did
something.
too.
I was like working a little bit during the game, paying attention, but I was like, did I miss something? Because I not until the end of the game, during the post game, did I even realize that he was hurt. And I go, what happened?
I remember when they took him out and looked at his finger, and it didn't look great, but thought maybe just jam something, he'd be okay in a couple of days. But not the case, unfortunately, and it does affect the Padres strategically going forward. So we'll have to discuss that. Sam Levitt,
you see a lot more bunts now. That I promise you.
Who joins us every Thursday, is going to be in studio with us at the top of the hour. So early Sammy appearance coming up at 7:00, and then in the second half of Ben and Woods, Eno Sarris with some smart baseball. We'll also have Matt Ginella joining us.
Matty G.
Get updated on his life. He had a medical scare recently.
Sure did, man.
And he's also, of course, been to Bethpage. He's covered Ryder Cups before, and people are very excited. Not just me, a lot of people.
I'm giddy too, dude.
Very excited about the golf coming up this weekend. So we'll have a few minutes at the end of the show with Matty G, see how he's doing. Our regular features, Don't Do This, Take on Woods. Actually, it's a Throwback Thursday, so we'll have Real or Fake, chance to qualify for the Eagles in Las Vegas, Reindl Report, and we'll pay off the Incorporator from yesterday with Jesse Agler in our 7:00 hour.
Beautiful. Before we go to commercial, shout out to my dad, because guess what he gets to do today for the first time in a long time? Back on the golf
Swing
course.
the sticks.
Swinging the sticks today. Been battling cancer, as you know, and the scans are clean, coming out of the surgery and all the stuff when I was home visiting. He gets to get back on the golf course today. I talked to him this morning. You could hear it in his voice. Being able to get back out there with his boys, going to give him a little lift. So wanted to shout my dad out. Love you. Proud of you. Don't overswing. He's like, I lost so much distance. I'm like, yeah, dude, you had your gut cut in half. You're going to lose a little distance. Club up and have a great time. So very happy for him. Yeah, get out there and Swing it well, my friend. Love you.
You guys want the 10-second tease for tomorrow's Sammy Hagar?
More than anything.
So it was towards the end of the like the very end of the interview.
Yeah.
And he grabbed his bottle of his own tequila brand.
Santo.
And this is what it sounded like.
You're an icon and a legend, man, as far as I'm concerned, and a lot of other people too. Thank you so much.
Okay, Bennett, Tom, now just don't let anyone drink anything but this. This is my only request.
Bennett Tom, it sounded like.
Okay, Bennett, Tom, now just don't let...
I was just talking about your marbles, Sammy.
He was clearly unsure.
He was very unsure.
He had that.
Hey, when you don't know, you just wing it. All right, Mike and Frank, let's just get it going. Get it going. Drink this tequila.
Okay, Bennett, Tom, now just
Bennett,
don't let
Tom.
any...
He's a legend. A legend. I can't wait for you guys to hear the whole thing. It was awesome.
All right, first though, Padres coming up next on Ben and Tom, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Start off early again. You know what? 7 Mile Casino is open right now for someone coming off the late shift overnight, and you're looking for a place to unwind for a couple of hours. You want to play some California-style blackjack, Texas Hold'em, poker, Pai Gow, or Baccarat. You can go right now and play at 7 Mile Casino because it's one of San Diego's very few 24/7 options.
Yeah, they got the 24/7 players menu there as well. On the weekends, they have a phenomenal brunch, really great food. The Kung Pao, as Benny talks about all the time, is just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. So check it out for yourself. It's just 7 minutes from downtown. You'll love the proximity.
Absolutely. You don't have to drive 45 minutes into the East County. Great spot right on the water there, too. You're overlooking San Diego Bay with great views on the patio, which is a terrific spot for lunch. If you're looking for a place today, lunch or dinner, yeah, check out Sammy's. The menu is always fantastic. And as Woods mentioned, 24/7 players menu is phenomenal as well. It's 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
The news before the game was actually pretty positive. Had everybody back in the lineup except for Fernando Tatis Jr., but the reports on him were positive from Mike Schilt as well. He was feeling much better.
Good.
Expects him to likely be back on Friday when the Padres open their final series tomorrow now against the Arizona Diamondbacks after battling his undisclosed illness, fever, chills, nausea. Mike Schilt went through the symptoms the other day.
I just call it roundtable day.
Sounds like one of our commercial. Nausea, fever, upset stomach,
diarrhea,
indigestion, diarrhea,
loose, oily stool.
Yeah, not good, but hopefully he was coming back. And the Padres activated David Morgan from the injured list before the game as well. He'd end up pitching an inning and figures to play a potentially important role for the Padres in the postseason as a guy who can help, bridge the gap to get to Adrian Morejon, Mason Miller, and Robert Suarez now without Jason Adam. And,
yes, sir.
Getting him back, and he looked pretty David Morgan-like in his first appearance, was also a good thing. So everything was kind of going well. And then the game started, and Padres obviously got the bad news in the second inning about Ramon Laureano, which will be a big focus of our discussion today. He's really one of the most irreplaceable players that you have on your roster
pretty
right
much.
now.
Yeah, this headline here says after fracturing finger, but the first headline said getting hit by a pitch. He did not get hit by a pitch. It was on the swing. And it just, again, one of those freak fluke injuries. And, I know I've been the big proponent of, resting guys and don't chase it. I think this is not one of those cases. Guy DM'd me and said, "Hey, you were right. We should arrest him." I said, "No, this is just one of those. This is a freak injury that could have happened in his next AB in the next game, right? Like if his finger was on the edge here, on the cusp of breaking somehow. That was not a case for me, Ben, where I kicked the wall and said, "Damn it, should have been sitting on the bench." I didn't. I wasn't.
Keep in mind, this is baseball. You only have you have a backup catcher, which you always are going to rest your starting catcher. But so of the other 8 starters, you only have 3 other players.
Right.
So you can't rest everybody.
Correct.
They all
guys,
will play.
He's got to play.
They all will play this weekend because you don't have enough people to stop that. I guess you have 4 now backups because the rosters are expanded, but that means every other day everybody's going to have to play down the stretch. You can't rest Manny and Tatis and Laureano and Rise and Cronenworth every single day.
Right.
You don't have enough bodies to do that. They all have to play. So no one is at fault for this. No one made a mistake. There was no malpractice on the part of Mike Schilt by having Ramon Laureano in there. It simply was a very unfortunate, unlucky event for your San Diego Padres, which they will now have to overcome. And
right hand, right finger,
index finger,
so top,
I believe. Yeah.
So top hand. Somebody said, "Can he just play defense?" No, can't throw. I would imagine with a broken middle. It's a middle finger. It's just a bummer. I mean, it's just a bummer. There's no other way to look at it. And our buddy Tommy tweeted yesterday, it's a really huge loss because the Cubs have 2. You're going to be seeing 2 lefty starters out of the chute. Whether it's here or there, it's probably going to be there. You're going to be seeing 2 lefty starters out of the chute, Ben, and then they have 4 left-handed relievers, one of which is Drew Pomeranz, by the way. So yeah, it's a really, really big blow. We don't have a tremendous amount of right-handed power on the bench either. So as far as your options go, one thing that we kicked around was you could call up Crash Davis. And wouldn't it be fitting, Crash Davis, he being Luis Campusano, wouldn't it be so fitting in baseball-like that the dude gets, 15, 16, 21 at-bats, something like that in the regular season, goes over, comes into the playoffs, and continues what he did at AAA at this torrid pace he was on, and is your DH, pinch hitter, whatever, against a lefty. Stranger things have happened, certainly. That's why you got to stay ready all the time. You never know what can happen. That is an option. I don't know that it's going to be the option that they choose, but that certainly is an option, a right-handed power hitter.
Now, I will point out, and I don't think this is entirely relevant, but Ramon Laureano had been slumping, hitting 148 the last 15 games. That doesn't mean he was going to slump in the playoffs.
Right.
It's still a bad thing that he is not with the San Diego Padres, but it is also baseball. And you just don't know what would have happened, whether Ramon Laureano could have come up in a big spot in the playoffs and struck out, whereas Gavin Sheets hits a home run in that situation, and he wouldn't have been up there. In the long term, losing Ramon Laureano is clearly a bad thing. But in the short, random freakiness of the playoffs, it doesn't necessarily mean a death knell for the San Diego Padres.
No,
it just makes the job tough.
You still have right-handers that are very good. They just need to play very well.
Yeah, you need Xander Bogaerts and Fernando Tatis
and
Jr.
Manny Machado
to come through. You have good right-handed bats in your lineup.
Yes,
absolutely.
And those guys need to come through in a big, big, big way. As, by the way, they should, because those are the 3 guys on the team that you mentioned, Ben, that make the most money. The 3 that you named are your highest
They're
paid.
all right-handed.
And they're all right-handed, and they're their highest paid players. So Manny, Fernando, Xander, good. You like, give me those 3 right-handed hitters. I'm paying them the most. Those are the guys that we need to produce when they have the opportunity to do so. Now, they may not get a lot of pitches to hit either with a mostly left-handed lineup kind of behind them. So listen, it's going to be interesting to see how the Cubs go after them. It's going to be interesting to see what the left-handers like O'Hearn and Sheets can do. But you're going to need every guy on that roster. You need every guy to step up. It's like you said, it's not a death knell for the San Diego Padres, but it is a tremendous loss, both offensively and defensively. And just Ramon being Ramon. He's a dog. You just took a dog out of the lineup. So it's a bummer. It's a bummer. And as it pertains to the game yesterday, I did see people tweeting stuff. They just rolled over, no urgency. Guys, that's a 96-win baseball team that won a game. It's going to happen. They're a really, really good team that you just took 2 of 3 from, and they're bound to win a game 3-1. is not a rollover loss, in my opinion. We had opportunities to win that game. We had a 3-run homer robbed by Jackson Chourio from Xander Bogaerts. I didn't see any rolling over. I didn't see any mailing it in. I didn't. I thought Cease pitched pretty well. Just couldn't feel this position. I thought the bullpen pitched great. You're going to lose a game to the Milwaukee Brewers, guys. Relax. It's a dumb take.
Well, we will go through how it happened with our Padres Wrap-Up. The highlights coming up right after this check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This traffic report is brought to you by the California Office of Traffic Safety and Caltrans. Now you got a crash northbound on the 805 at Imperial Avenue. It takes out the left lane. Delays go back to East 4th Street. And then the 5 is loaded up northbound at National Avenue with another accident. These delays begin at the 15 and then mid-span on the Coronado Bridge heading west. There's another collision.
There are children, friends, and families walking, riding, on paths and roads every day. Remember, they're real people with loved ones who need them to get home safely. Protect our cyclists and pedestrians, because they're people too. Go safely, California. From the California Office of Traffic Safety and Caltrans.
It's a shame if they lose.
You got a problem.
Oh, a shame indeed.
I couldn't agree more.
Here are the lowlights from yesterday's game.
What the heck happened?
Are you kidding me?
Can't even believe it.
It's the
Padres Wrap-Up.
presented by the Mool Casino Resort, the player's place.
We'll give it 16 minutes of salt, and then we'll, get back on the pump and figure it out.
2-1, hard hit, one hop to Bogaerts. Flip to second one. Cronenworth to first. In time and a double play. Padres get away with all of it. No runs, no hits, an error, and 2 guys left on base. 3-2, Vaughn swings, lines it over Machado into left field, a base hit. Terang will come in to score as it rolls to the base of the wall. Vaughn motoring into second with an RBI double, and the first run of the day today belongs to the Milwaukee Brewers. 1-0 here in the 5th. 1-2 in the air to left field. That's well struck. Powers is back into the corner at the wall. This one gonna go. Jackson Merrill puts it over the little wall in left field. An opposite field homer to tie this game. 1-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Morejon, a look back at second base. Now the pitch. Chourio runs and a line drive into center field. That's a base hit. Chourio will come in to score as Merrill's throw rolls to the plate. And an RBI single for Terang with 2 outs in the 7th. Puts the Brewers back ahead. It's 2-1. Jansen in the air, deep down the left field line. Sheets back to the corner watching, and this one is gone. Off the W in the Western Metal Supply Company building. And Danny Jansen all the way up. A solo shot here in the 9th inning to extend the Brewer lead. It is 3-1. Trying to get the tying run to the dish here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 3-2 again. 8th pitch of the at-bat, and a swing and a miss. Good slider to strike him out. And Uribe, a 1-2-3 9th inning to pick up the save. And the Brewers avoid the sweep here this afternoon with a 3-1 win over the Padres. And the shot at a home wild card series gets a little bit slimmer now. See how it goes later tonight with both the Dodgers and the Cubs in action. Final score this afternoon, the Brewers 3 and the Padres 1.
I think this is one thing we talked about this season, and it's one of those seasons we have seldom had our entire lineup in one piece. So we're used to it, and we figured it out, and we've gotten this far, and we're going to go much further with it. And a lot of confidence in the group that we have. The 13 that'll be on our playoff roster are more than seasoned and battle tested and ready to go win baseball games.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's going to have to step up. And again, the guys that make the most money on the team need to step up. Just the way that it is. Manny Machado cannot have an 0 for 4 with 4 Ks, the golden sombrero. Yes, now I get it. If I go hard, Ben, let's say I go hard on a Monday, I'm not right till Thursday. So I expect Manny to come out of this maybe Friday, maybe even Saturday. Takes a little longer. The older you get, the hangovers hurt more than they used to. The great Hank Williams Jr. said that, and I think he's absolutely right. Defensively, looked pretty good yesterday. Made a couple nice plays, but yeah, just can't happen. You can't happen starting next Tuesday. You need more from your right, especially against that team replete with left-handers. You need more from your right-handed hitters, and you're going to need more from your left-handed hitters too. It's the playoffs.
I would say that yesterday's game, though, turned on 2 pivotal moments. The first, you already mentioned it. Jackson Chourio's robbing of Xander Bogaerts of a potential 3-run home run in the first inning. If the Padres jump out like they did the day before with a grand slam, you hit a 3-run homer in the first inning, you kind of change the entire game, clearly. You demoralize the Brewers. It's like, oh, here we go down the same road again. So he kind of energized the Brewers, stabilized Chad Patrick, who gave them the 3 innings they were looking for without giving up a run, ended up striking out 6. So he was solid. Then you play along, as you said, Dylan Cease, not bad, not dominant, not bad. Ended up giving that last 2-out hit to Andrew Vaughn.
Yep.
Otherwise, you could have gotten through 5 shutout innings. Ended up giving up a run, though, in 5 innings. Certainly
5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 8 Ks. The fielding, woes or whatever puts a little bit more pressure on him and the defense. But, again, like, wouldn't you sign up for that for Dylan? If I promise you that start next Wednesday.
Take it.
In a heartbeat.
Take it.
In a heartbeat.
And that is against, as you said, a playoff team.
Correct.
A team with the best record in baseball.
In a heartbeat.
If you're taking anything other than that was an encouraging start for Dylan Cease, then you really are looking for the negative.
You really hate Dylan Cease.
You really
because
do.
5 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 2 walks, 8 Ks.
Yeah, it was a positive.
It was absolutely a positive.
Jackson Merrill staying hot is a positive. His solo home run off Fetty in the 6th to tie it. Yeah, Adrian Morejon gave up a run. He's human. Big deal. Adrian Morejon is going to be one of your best
weird
relievers.
To see.
It's weird,
so weird to see.
You know what?
I walked back into the kitchen or something. I came back to the TV and I saw the run score, and then they showed the picture, and I saw like Morejon was like tying his cleat or something, and I go, "Whoa!"
I'll admit, I could not see, like, how are the Brewers the best team in baseball? Other teams the Padres have faced seem so much scarier. You face the Dodgers, you face the Phillies, you face the Mets. They all feel like those teams are way better than the Brewers. And you face the Brewers and you go, they've won 4 of 5 against the Brewers. This lineup doesn't really scare me. That game told me why.
Correct.
Guys like Bryce Terang with a really good at-bat against Adrian Morejon. Defense making sensational plays. That's how they won all those games this season. That was a sign. But that wasn't it either. The other key moment was in the bottom of the 7th when the Padres were down 2-1 and they loaded the bases with 1 out. After an intentional walk to Jake Cronenworth, they had Freddie Fermin up. And not being able to get runs in that situation, Fermin striking out looking on a pitch that just ticked the bottom of the zone. It was a strike. Freddie Fermin was mad enough to get ejected along with Mike Schilt, arguing that situation. I don't blame Freddie. If you went back and looked at, Dylan Cease's throwing the same slider to the same spot that lit up the same zone, he didn't get that call, and Freddie Fermin knows that better than anybody. I've sat there this whole game, Chad Fairchild, and you have not given that pitch. So I took it knowing you're not calling that a strike.
And you called it.
In the biggest moment of the game, you changed your strike zone on me. So when people say, stop arguing, it was a strike, it lit up the zone.
Not what he was arguing.
Freddie Fermin knows you have not given that pitch to my pitcher the whole game, and now you're doing it here. So I think reasonably mad in that situation. Mike Schilt tried to go out and protect him. He got ejected as well.
Did Schilt even say, because I saw Schilt go, I didn't even say anything to you. He was coming out to jump. Did Freddie get ejected?
He did. I think they both got
run?
ejected, I believe.
I thought only Schilt
got run.
Fermin did not get ejected. All right, that's what he went out there. Just he said, I think it was to eject me, not Freddie then.
Yeah, it's good work by Schilt. Going out there. Yeah, Fermin was.
That was the key there. And then Luis Arraez, flying out to center field in that situation with the bases loaded. He had some good. I thought he's looked good lately though. 13 game hitting streak. Took a walk yesterday as well.
He's got a lead off for this team. He has to be a leadoff hitter.
It doesn't look bad.
To be
I don't see
hitter.
Mike Schilt making that change with Tatis back. I'm guessing that Tatis goes back to the leadoff spot, but I do like the look. Again, of Arraez in a leadoff spot like he was all of last season.
It looked like you were just going out there to protect your player. Was there some arguing over balls and strikes as well? Or?
Well, I mean, that was why he was upset, Freddie, and I was upset as well. So, yes, sir.
Fantastic.
You got to hit him leadoff. He is your leadoff hitter. In my opinion, he's got to hit leadoff. Honestly, I think he kills too many rallies in the 2, Ben. He's too tempted to lay that sacrifice bunt down. He's too quick to swing. He's too quick to swing at a ball out of the zone when Nando gets a good jump and tries to steal a bag. I think he's a better leadoff hitter than he is a 2-hole hitter. I really do.
The contrarian in me wants to argue with you, but I can't really argue with any of those points.
I don't know the numbers and what they mete out. I don't. but I just know from watching every day, I feel so much better with him in the one.
I guess my only argument would be, do you want a guy, especially against lefties who you're going to be facing, who has an 77 WRC plus against lefties, getting the most at bats?
It's a good question.
In a playoff series against the Cubs,
but it's
by leading
but
off.
by putting him in the 2, he's still going to get the second
Correct.
most at bats, right? So I don't know. A guy that can handle the bat as well as he does, I think. Yeah, I mean, look, they're not going to put him in the 9. We know that, BD 160. That's a pipe dream. He would be an elite 9-hole hitter, but I think this is where he belongs right now. But I feel like he's a different player when he's hitting leadoff. I just do, and for the reasons I just listed. I mean, guys, we've seen it. Nando should have 30 bags this year, but either they're doing an inordinate amount of hit and runs, or he just swings at everything and fouls it off and Nando doesn't get the bag, or he will sacrifice bunt in the first inning playing for a run early, which, hey, man, in the playoffs, maybe you do that. I don't know. I think he's better suited in the 1. I just do.
Finally, feast or famine year for Jeremiah Estrada. Certainly not a bad year, but he's the guy who strikes out more batters than really any other reliever in baseball, but he's also given up a ton of home runs. I think that was 13, they said.
Yeah.
Which is more than he's given up in his 3 years combined. Now, crazy. His ERA is still 3.5 despite all those home runs. That's how good he's been when he doesn't give up the home run. But he feels a little bit like a ticking time bomb in the playoffs, and you just hope it doesn't go off at a bad moment.
Well, I mean, I think, you pick your spots with Jeremiah Estrada.
You're going to need him to strike someone out in the playoffs.
Yeah, and maybe it's the 5th and not the 8th. You know what I mean? Maybe it's the 5th inning. Maybe it's the 6th inning. Maybe he's your first guy out of the pen after a starter.
And there's no one you want better. When you need someone to strike out a batter,
he's a guy.
You want him.
Yeah.
But kind of that ticking time bomb this season as well.
Agreed.
We'll continue to discuss this when in-season Sammy joins us for the last time. He's going to be postseason Sammy.
That's right.
Next week. Coming up on The Fan. Hour number 2, and we're going to start hour number 2 with a little early appearance by in-season Sam Levitt. Last in-season appearance for our Padres pre- and post-game show host. Looking good, Sammy. Thanks for coming in studio this morning.
Yeah, of course. You got it.
Hi, Sam.
Hey, good morning. Yes, I'm here a little bit earlier. I needed JR to take a look at some equipment, which he did very quickly and efficiently, which I appreciate. And I was just telling you guys, my mom is in LA for a few days. So I'm going up to LA today to go see my mom and my brother.
The difference in Sammy and me is I would have said, "Oh, why don't you guys come on down and see me?"
Well, here was the thing.
Steven, I'm going to be in LA.
I'm going to be in LA.
That sounds great.
That sounds great.
My parents don't come out a lot. They come out pretty often, but I don't see my parents a ton because they live on the other side of the country. So the deal was this was not a great weekend to come down with the last weekend of the regular season.
You're working a lot.
Yeah. So this was sort of the compromise that I'd go up and just spend the day up there. But I was telling you, last night I'm sitting there and I'm like, I have no urge to drive. I can't do it.
No.
I was like, it sounds terrible driving back and forth. I've done it before, but it was just one of those things where I was like, I just want to chill. So I'm taking the train.
Plus,
rent a helicopter.
You've got more travel coming up next week, it looks like.
Yes.
Because we haven't gone through the standings, but if you
scenario time.
If you woke up late, if you stayed up or got to bed early and you're just waking up, Dodgers and Cubs both won. So the Padres are now 2.5 games behind both teams for the wild card in the division, which means unless a very unusual sequence of results happens in the last weekend, the Padres will be going to Chicago for the wild card series. And Sammy, you are expected to be traveling along with them next week to Wrigley Field, which will be very exciting. I was texting with my buddy and he goes, I know you'd rather be at home, but that would be an amazing series to go to. And you're going to be there. How excited are you for that?
I'm really excited. Look, I would have loved to have the games at home too. And never say never, could still happen hypothetically, although it feels like yesterday it kind of took a dip in that probability. But being able to go to Wrigley,
your old stomping grounds,
and play a postseason series, it's going to be pretty cool. And obviously great atmosphere and amazing city, amazing ballpark, amazing and Wrigleyville, all of it. So I'm looking forward to it. We were just talking about it off air before we started, but even with the Laureano injury and some of the concerns you have entering that series in the postseason, reality is you go get it done and win 2 out of 3, and then you can probably convince any of us that anything is possible the rest of the way. But yes, just from a pure baseball fan experience standpoint, I do think going in and experiencing a postseason series at Wrigley is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd say it's as it was in my mind at least 5 days ago. It's a foregone conclusion. You're going to be playing in Wrigley Field. There's just too much that needed to happen. There's too much that still needs to happen. People are doing weird things. Like what happened with the Diamondbacks? They're not pitching Gallen against the Dodgers today.
Yeah, they're going with a bullpen game, including Nabil Chrismat, who's been really good for them. But I'm not sure the strategy, because they can still win the wild card. So they have to try to win this game, but they have to try to win every game.
I saw that last night after the game. I haven't dived in. Dove in.
Yeah, dived in.
Okay, whatever. I haven't dug in.
Dived it in.
Yeah,
and you just avoid it. I don't know why they're doing that. I'm unclear.
I don't really know.
I haven't seen a rationale. My guess would be, if you're the Diamondbacks, you need to go 4-0. So every game
they have to.
Probably. I mean, if you got a lot of help, maybe you could go 3-1.
Right.
But
how far are they out?
There were just one game. They're just a game out
behind the Mets.
Yeah, tied with the Reds. But if you're thinking that, hey, our best chance is to go 4-0, you look at the 4 matchups and go, all right, we're going to have to pitch our bullpen and Chrismat in one of them. Which one is the best matchup? And just kind of line them up the rest of the way. I don't know why they think that, but you're going to have to pitch everybody at some point in the last 4.
And Yamamoto on the mound for the Dodgers.
Right.
So maybe maybe that's what's it. It's Yamamoto on the mound, and you're like, guys, if we're going to
go 3-1, let's not waste Gallen against the toughest opponents. That's it. And save for the weekend against the Padres, who will have nothing to play for.
Literally nothing.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not important, but the chances are the Padres will be locked into their spot, And the Diamondbacks could be playing for everything this weekend. So they may be looking and going, hey, those are 3 games that they're resting some guys. They're resting bullpen guys. We need to come in and sweep the San Diego Padres to end the season.
Yeah.
And that's where their focus is now.
Now, I'm not sure without looking, and I should know this, but I don't. I know the Reds have the tiebreaker against the Mets. I'm not sure about the Diamondbacks.
Have the tiebreaker, I believe.
I think
against the Mets.
but I think it's that they went 3-3
it's
against each other, and then it goes to the divisional record. And I think the Diamondbacks might have that. I should know this, and I'm not sure.
I can tell you
looking.
quickly. So the Diamondbacks are currently 26-22 against the West. The Mets are 24-25 against the East. So that would mean the Diamondbacks.
But also they have the one more game tonight against the Dodgers, and the Mets play the Marlins this weekend. Can that change if the Mets were to?
It could change if the Diamondbacks lost all their games, but if they lost all their games, they'd be out anyway. So assuming they have to win games, they will end up with the tiebreaker over the Mets.
I got to tell you, it is kind of amazing that they are even where they are, the Diamondbacks. I mean, consider what they sold off.
It's nuts.
It's crazy.
Torey Lovello, and I know you guys like him.
Love
He's a great guy, and I've had a chance to talk to him a ton. And he does a good job.
He does a really good job. And they had that game in hand last night against the Dodgers. I watched the last inning or two. They came back again and scored off of Vesia. Now, Roki Sasaki, if you're a Dodger hater, as we are, Roki Sasaki coming back and looking almost unhittable is a nice lift for them in a really desperate situation.
He had a good inning or two at the beginning of the season and then fell apart as well, though.
Yeah,
that's true. But that was as a starter. You know, him coming out and just emptying the tank for an inning is pretty dirty.
Using Clayton Kershaw out of the bullpen last night was interesting as well. Clearly a playoff preview.
Oh yeah,
that's going to be his role now. In
closer.
The
I mean, he was in a tie game, so I mean, he'll pitch out of the bullpen for sure. Wanted to get his feet wet again. I think he's only done it 4 times.
If you're them and it's a high leverage situation, like why not?
If I'm them,
else.
If I'm them, the Sasaki Kershaw high leverage thing is 100% something.
Yeah,
I'm going
it's
to.
a danger.
They've been so bad.
Kershaw, doesn't have. I mean, he has the slowest average fastball in baseball.
He doesn't have the swing and miss that he used
to. If you're coming in and you need a strikeout from a reliever, I mean, he can spin it still. And he's crafty. But are you really bringing in Clayton Kershaw with the bases loaded and one out? I don't know.
You know the answer. The answer is yes. He will. He's done it every postseason. Look, I don't want to be a jerk. I said it last year. I'll stand by it. They won the World Series last year because Clayton Kershaw was hurt and Dave Roberts didn't jam him into some special moment. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me definitively
I could see a scenario where instead of Walker Buehler on the mound at the end there, it's Clayton Kershaw.
He has jammed that dude into the worst situations in history. He's hurt, doesn't pitch. Dave's like, I have to lean on Trinan and Phillips and these guys, and they win the World Series. He didn't jam him into that, wasn't chasing moments for Clayton Kershaw. And I get it. I would have done the same thing. That's my GOAT. That's the best left-handed pitcher maybe ever. Of course I'm going to get him in, get him some opportunity. We'll have our mad bum. No, it didn't work, and it never worked for them. And the fact that he didn't have that lever to pull last year worked in their favor. It just did. He's the greatest regular season pitcher that I've ever seen in my lifetime. Nobody's better. Postseason, different stories. A 500 pitcher with a 5 ERA. It's just, that's not an opinion. Those are facts. And I thought, last night with watching that, I went, oh man, if he serves it up here, holy cow. If he serves, they hit a couple balls hard off of him. But I said, if he serves it up here, it's over for them. But I think Roki coming back and having a new role will be nasty.
Dodgers will clinch the National League West with a win today over the Diamondbacks. The magic number is 1 because they have the tiebreaker. But, Sammy, we were talking yesterday. Honestly, I don't really want to be on that side of the bracket in the National League with the Phillies and the Dodgers. I would rather be where the Padres are. Doesn't mean they're going to win. Doesn't mean they'll beat the Cubs. But to me, the Cubs and the Brewers are not as scary of a route to try to get to the National League Championship Series than going on the other side against the Mets, the Phillies, and then maybe the Dodgers. And to me, this is probably the best route. I'd rather have them caught the Cubs and had them at home. But other than that, they're in the place that they should be.
I totally agree. Look, I think 2 things can be true at once when you consider the Padres and the division title. Number one, and we can get into, and we have obviously, all the things that had to happen this week for the Padres to catch the Dodgers. Reality is this: if you are disappointed about the Padres not winning the NL West, the reality is the Dodgers left the door open for a month and a half, 2 months. The Padres did not walk through it. They didn't take the opportunity, which, to your point, Ben, you look at the bracket. I'm totally with you. I would avoid the Phillies. They scare me a lot.
They hit 8 home runs.
And I just, the Phillies, I just keep having this feeling where one of these postseasons, it feels like to me that they're going to figure it out the whole way and get really hot for 3-4 weeks and go do it. And I don't know that you want to be in the path of that when that happens, if that happens.
Right. I do. If the Padres do end up facing the Phillies,
you got to face them. Yeah.
I'm glad that you're not facing Zach Wheeler twice.
Right. You know what?
Because he's the guy that scared me the most in their rotation.
But at least, like, if you had to face him in an NLCS, the Padres will be in the NLCS,
They'll be in the NLCS.
And be hot enough and have done enough where everybody in this city is believing they can go beat the Phillies and do it.
I can't even worry about
Yeah,
it. I gotta beat Shota and Managa on Tuesday.
Right.
That's all I worry about.
I'll tell you what. And a Brewers fan can clip this and rub it in my face, when they're in the World Series.
Here we go.
But I'm just looking at that. I'm just comparing it to the Phillies. I'm looking at that Brewer lineup in this series. Now they're pitching, and the Padres didn't see their best pitching.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at their lineup, and just from the pure looking at the names, and they've had a wonderful season. Obviously, you're just like, it seems beatable.
Of course,
more beatable, or at least less scary than when you go to play the Phillies.
But they've done this before. The Brewers have put together. Again, where they're gonna make their money, where they're going to really be able to prove people wrong is in the playoffs,
right.
and we've seen it before. Really,
and they're going to have to lean on their pitching.
Cubs of the Padres.
Yeah. And so again, it's going to be interesting. But again, the focus needs to be on how do you beat Shota and Managa without one of your best right-handed hitters in there. And again, the solution is very simple to say. It's that your right-handers need to come through.
Yeah, I look, the Laureano injury I think is super, super significant. Now, can they get by without him? Yeah, but to your point, in this series in particular against the Cubs, that's a big, big loss. Yep. It really is.
Well, we did a little mock lineup,
and defensively,
he's great.
Yeah, I mean,
the arm, all of it. I mean,
he just every time he steps to the plate, you feel like even as he's struggled a little bit the past couple of weeks, you just felt like there's a chance that he's going to do something really good, and especially in big spots, and also. I just like Ramon. I think he's really tough.
100%.
By the way, he finished that at bat yesterday without saying a word.
Right.
Okay. If that needed to tell you anything more about Ramon Laureano.
How many guys can break a hand?
Yeah.
With a bone in their hand.
And by the way, he had a long at bat. He was fouling pitches off. And the one thing I think he's really tough. I think he's a really good personality on this team. And one thing, and it goes for O'Hearn and Sheets and anybody who's new. I'm not trying to get too deep into this part of it, but I like the idea of a little fresh blood in that lineup that doesn't have any experience of the scoreless inning streak last year.
Correct.
If you're struggling offensively in a series, in a wild card series, you're trying to get the offense going. I just liked having somebody like a Ramon, and there are other guys that are in this category too, who there's no memory of that. That is not seeping in at any point.
Yeah, I believe this will be Gavin Sheets' first postseason, right? It will be Ryan O'Hearn's first postseason. It will be Freddie Fermin's first postseason.
He played last year.
Did he?
Yeah,
they were in.
They got in.
They were in.
I don't know how much he played behind Sal Perez.
But by the way, one thing to think about, you're probably going to have Diaz in that game on lineup with Pivetta.
That's true. That's true.
Ooh, something to consider.
That's very, very true.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's his guy. That's his guy. He's worked with them all year.
I know.
I can't imagine a world where they would mess up that pairing.
I can imagine.
So that's okay. I would doubt it.
Pivetta hasn't been the best version of himself the last few outings, and Fermin's definitely. I mean, he was fine, But Fermin's better offensively.
So that's something to think about as you make this game one lineup.
Interesting, yeah.
I would imagine that's going to be Diaz.
We did the little mock lineup. If you want to make sure that you can go, because you still have the players to go right, left the entire way down if you're so inclined, but you need to start with a left-hander. It's got to be Arise, Tatis, Merrill, Manny, O'Hearn, Xander, Sheets.
It's such a good point. It's such a good question. There's just something that feels right about Arise at the top.
I know his OBP isn't,
and he swung the bat really well lately.
Yep. Yeah, I know it's not gangbusters,
but
I don't want him to two.
I know, but knowing what you know about how the Padres usually operate on these things,
as soon as Tatis goes back, he goes right back to the top.
I'd be shocked.
I would be shocked.
And you can also make the argument if you're going up against lefties, you want the righties stacked a little bit higher and push the lefties down to the bottom of the lineup. Do you even stack lefties at the bottom?
I don't think you can.
Like we start with Cronenworth and Sheets and O'Hearn later in the lineup, and you put more righties up near the top of the lineup, but then that makes you very vulnerable to the lefty relievers that the Cubs have coming out of the bullpen later in the game.
It's really a tough spot.
The Laureano injury is tough on a lot of different fronts.
Defensively, I think Ryan O'Hearn is your best first baseman, and it was evidence yesterday. The play that Xander made, Mud was like, "Oh, it's not an easy pick." I'm like, "That was an easy pick." Bo makes that pick at first.
I heard that exact same.
And then when they slowed it down, it was like, "Bro, you Hosmered that." He did the whip, and he didn't do the fundamental pick. It was a decent hop. He got a decent hop, and he whiffed it. And you've had a couple of plays of this week.
So you're saying Gavin Sheets in left, O'Hearn at first, and Arise DH.
DH. Yeah, that's your best defensive line. It just is. It's not personal.
Your best defensive lineup would be Bryce Johnson in left instead of Sheets.
Right.
So you'd have
so
Sheets coming
overall.
off.
You got to balance offense and defense.
And I got to tell you, that's an interesting part of it too. I do wonder, and I don't know if you would see it game one, but could Bryce Johnson get a start?
Bro,
he's been really good when he's had opportunities.
If you did, it would be against a lefty.
Yeah.
And then you still have Sheets then coming off
Absolutely.
the bench in a spot against
I think
a righty.
that would
power
be
off the bench. You have no power on your bench. If you start Sheets,
right,
you have no power on your bench at all.
O'Hearn was on the playoff roster last year for the Orioles. I forgot they were in the playoffs.
So
they had a little taste. But like you said, Sammy, your point remains. They weren't here for the 24. The 24 is the demon you need to exercise.
And I don't mean to make too big of a deal out of that part of it, but it is something that I've thought about. That I like about just having the Laureanos and the O'Hearns and the Fermins. And, look, this stuff is tricky when it comes to playoff scenarios and sports and the mental aspect of the game. And, hey, if you're not hitting in the first game and a half of that series, the last playoff memory you have was that really, really tough way to end it and not scoring runs.
Yeah,
so
if you don't score a run in game one and it's the fifth inning of game two, how does it not creep in?
Yeah,
you're human.
Hopefully it doesn't.
Hopefully it doesn't.
Sammy, appreciate you coming in. Is this your first Amtrak trip up to
Yes,
Los
I've
Angeles?
never taken the Surfliner.
Enjoy all the stops. You'll wonder why is it stopping.
Well,
so often
I hear
on the
it's
way
very
up,
pretty.
It is. You've
It's
got
nice.
some nice views.
Yeah,
on
I
your
just,
way.
and it's more of a production. I'm gonna Uber right now to the train because I'm worried about the parking over there. But I can't bring myself to drive today.
I don't blame you.
I don't want to sit in the traffic.
not
I don't
even
want to
a little.
drive back it later.
I don't blame you.
I'm doing the train.
Next
Good
time
for
we
you.
talk to you, it may be from Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, maybe
Have
Monday
fun.
morning.
All right,
Yeah.
Sam Levitt,
right.
in-season Sammy
See you,
last
Sammy.
time.
See ya.
Until postseason Sammy makes his first appearance next week. We will take a timeout. When we come back, don't do this. Very embarrassing announcer mistake last night.
Could see this happening to us.
Yeah, it could absolutely happen. We'll get to that coming up next with Benno Woods after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
Well, listen, I don't know that QC Kinetics would help Ramon Laureano with a broken finger, certainly. But if you have joint pain and it's not broken, QC Kinetics can definitely help you with that. They have with me and my wrists, got me back on the baseball field, back in the gym, back on the golf course, back playing with my kids, doing all the stuff that I love to do that I couldn't do for a while. It's kind of a panicking feeling. It really sets in of like, is this going to be debilitating my whole life? Because there's a lot of stuff I love that I wasn't getting to do. And it really messed with my head, to be honest with you. And then you factor in the pain that you feel every single day and night when you're trying to sleep. They are a godsend for me. So check them out. It's long-term lasting relief. It's advanced regenerative medicine, advanced cellular treatments that helped my body heal and restore the damage that I had in my joints. So I'm talking knee, I'm talking fingers. I'm talking wrists, your neck, your back, whatever it is. At least get the free consultation if you're suffering right now. You don't have to. They got locations in Hillcrest and Torrey Hills. 619-614-PAIN is the number, 619-614-PAIN. Call them today, free consultation. They'll walk you through it. Very, very simple to do. 619-614-PAIN. It's QC Kinetics.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Our thanks again to Sam Levitt stopping by in studio. Now it's time for Don't Do This, brought to you by Trust and Will. Don't leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die. Set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com.
This
is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. And Woods, get us started with something that gave me a little pit in my stomach because I know I can do it at times as well.
Yeah, we've all done it. We've butchered a name. But, I mean, we're not calling games on ESPN either.
True.
We're just a couple of local media hacks, right?
Yes.
Bruce Zimmerman.
Yes.
Bruce.
George is what I
Bruce.
said. Right. I literally did it 2 days ago. Not in the middle of a massive game between the Mets and the Cubs last night. Michael Busch hit a big home run and, well, listen to what Carl Ravitch calls him. And then listen to him correcting his partner.
Who was it again?
Michael Busch.
Matthew Busch, 31, RBI 83 and 84, touch 'em all time and tee 'em up time. The Chicago Cubs are having a field day against the Mets and their staff.
So this is what Matthew Boyd has been doing all season long.
Busch.
Matthew Busch, excuse me, doing all season long. Being able to hit mistakes, doing it well for his 31st home run of the season.
So Matthew Boyd is a pitcher for the Cubs, but he wasn't pitching.
Right.
Ravitch called him Matthew Busch. Then Eduardo called him Matthew Boyd. And then Ravitch said Busch.
But neither of them
got it
right.
Wow. What a struggle.
It reminds me of when Ben goes, "Good job, Woody."
Good job, Woody.
Yeah, and he was trying to correct me. And then he goes, "Good job, Woody."
Matt Busch, the former Padre, the first-round draft pick. Matt Busch.
What a pick.
Well, this is what Matthew Boyd has been doing all season long.
Busch.
Matthew Busch.
You don't hear that a lot. I've heard Mud and Don flub.
Busch.
They don't correct each other.
There is
a lot.
There is a rule in the fraternity of broadcasters that you don't correct your co-host on the air.
I missed that meeting.
You did miss that. You missed that meeting big time. It's one of the first things I learned when we started working together.
Yeah. Missed that meeting.
You missed that meeting.
Yes.
You don't correct. Now, I don't have a problem with you actually correct. I would rather be accurate than have someone
correcting is different than what I do. I don't correct you. I go, "What is that? What did you say?"
Point it out.
You're even worse.
I'm worse.
Throw gasoline on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's just say if for whatever reason.
I'd rather be corrected than not just
Let's
misinformation.
ramble
But
on.
yeah,
Let's say Mud and Tony Gwynn Jr. and Bob Scanlon and everybody else they could find was sick one day, and you had to work with Don Orsillo. If you tried to correct him on the air, he would murder you.
He would murder.
He would murder
with his
you.
bare hands.
Yes.
He would pitch. I feel like a pretty sizable fit.
So if you're the broadcaster that would be upset with that, would you rather go on saying the wrong thing?
I wouldn't. But that's just.
Isn't there somebody in their ear like at all times going, "Boyd, Busch," whatever?
There
correcting
should be,
them?
but sometimes the people back there don't want to correct you either.
That's true.
They're afraid to correct the talent.
It's interesting. I would have a hard time doing that. I would.
I would want to be corrected instantly.
Maybe at a break. Say, "Hey, it's Michael Busch."
Well, if it wasn't just a misspeak, I'm assuming that those were misspeaks.
What if you flub what if we had to call a game and you flubbed and would you be mad at me if I called it out during a game? Well, a radio show's different. If we're on a
During
game,
a game?
and you flub or you're like and you stutter over a read, and if I laughed, because they do that, Mud and Don will be like, "Hey, did you get that one?" Like that's funny.
That's funny. Yeah,
That's funny. All right. Now I know the rules.
All right,
I won't correct you.
Good job, Woody.
Good job,
We got
Woody.
an update on a Don't Do This story from yesterday. David Fry, one of the gnarliest moments of the season, taking a fastball right to the face, tipped off his bat when he tried to bunt off Tarek
You guys see
Skubal.
the high def still shot.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to see it, and yet I also couldn't look away.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I was like, what part of his face am I looking at right now?
The doctors say that Fry sustained multiple minimally displaced left-sided facial and nasal fractures. So basically his face was pulverized. Timeline for recovery is 6 to 8 weeks. Fortunately, he will not need surgery, at least to do that, but he is going to be out for the entire postseason run, whatever that is, for the Cleveland Guardians. There is a do this that's part of this story, though. Tarek Skubal went actually to the hospital after the game to check on him.
Stephen Vogt.
With Stephen
He drove
Vogt.
with the manager.
Yeah, the other manager.
Yes.
And went. He wanted to check on him. That says a lot to me. Lost the game. Tigers are in free fall.
Huge game.
But still went with the other manager to check on the opposing player that his pitch hit in the face, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, there's some do this in that for sure. But this one takes the cake.
I was just going to ask, if I got to imagine AJ Hinch is more secure than any of us.
Yes.
But if we're the Tigers manager and you find out your star pitcher's riding shotgun with the other team's manager, like, hey, just be cool over there, right?
I think he's a free agent at the end of the year. Is he not? Tarek Skubal?
Is he?
Isn't he?
Don't remember that.
Correct me, though.
Or just run with it.
I'll take this one. Jay just said Woodsy Doppelganger is Stephen Voigt. I'll take that.
He's got one more year of arbitration.
Okay.
Left, yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's tampering. As far as if I'm the manager, I'm like, you're tampering. I bet Schulte would be upset with it.
If I'm AJ Hinch, I'll be like, cool, I'm riding with. I'll be in the back seat.
I'll just get in the back.
Don't worry, I won't say anything.
No, I'll drive you. It's fine. No big deal. I'll take the Stephen Vogt Doppelganger. It's one of the best ones I've heard. Beats the ones I usually get. No Neck Ed and a couple of other people.
Kevin James. Yeah, thank you.
This is awesome. This is a really good do this.
DD mega do.
Cal Raleigh has been just an
that alone
absolute,
could be a do this.
Yeah, he alone is a do this. Hit his 59th and 60th home run last night for the Seattle Mariners, Ben, who have won the West. And soon as the guy catches his 60th home run, you see this dude go up and give it to a little kid. Everybody in the stands was like, oh my God, it's his 60th home run. You're sitting on a gold mine, buddy.
You can hear in the video that we're showing on our YouTube stream right now, I muted the audio because it's a lot of cursing. Everyone's very excited for the home run. And somebody's like, keep that ball. You got the ball. Keep that ball. And he gave it to a kid almost immediately.
It's unbelievable.
And then the kid and his dad or whoever he's with gets ushered by security immediately, taken away because Cal Raleigh wants that ball, and that kid's going to get, a signed bat and, maybe play catch if they brought their gloves or whatever. Like, he's going to get this awesome experience now. And I thought that was so cool for this fan.
They rushed.
I don't need it.
They grabbed the fan, not the little kid. They grabbed the fan, the guy that gave it away, him as well. They ushered him.
Oh, they did bring him back too.
They ushered him off because they saw his kind deed and gesture.
That's so
and
cool.
Everybody is just like, what a hero. This guy caught this ball and just was like, here you go, kid. It's unbelievable. Now, again, it's the 60th home run for Cal Raleigh. It's going to mean a lot to him. You could have bartered that for something probably pretty cool. Maybe even playoff tickets or literally like something like that.
Game of catch.
Whatever.
Cal Raleigh on the field.
You never know these days, but to give that over, what a cool move by that kid by that guy. I'm so happy for Mariners fans. This is awesome for them. What a time.
Texting with a buddy.
What a time.
Here's the perspective. Last week, 2 weeks ago, whatever, celebrated my 35th birthday. The last time the Mariners won the American League West, I was in Seattle. I just turned 11. They celebrated on the field. It was like in October, by the way, because it was 2001, and there was a 7-8 day delay after 9/11. Like, they celebrated their division with Mike Cameron, Mariners center fielder at the time, waving the big American flag. Like, it's crazy. Like, that was the last time they won the division.
You're 11 years old. Good for them. Good for our pal Softy Mo. We should call Softy at some point and talk to him.
That'd be fun.
It's been ages since we've talked to him, but they deserve it. That's a much maligned fan base up there as well. It's going to be fun to watch them, and he's just been, carried my fantasy team into the championship. I love him more than anything. Thank you, Cal.
I think they have a really good chance at winning.
I picked them when we did the reset on the round table. I had them. Their pitching is nasty.
Power.
Yeah. Got it all.
Josh Naylor seems to be coming through in the clutch. They're going to be a dangerous team.
Yep.
And that is don't and do this for a Thursday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
The fight for the last couple of playoff spots is going to be really intense this weekend. We'll talk about that coming up, and we'll pay off Jesse Agler's Incorporator from yesterday. Stultiloquence was his word. How did he work it into yesterday's broadcast? That is coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
But first, don't know what your weekend plans are. If you're in the mood to get a new car, or if it's time to get a new car or truck, highly recommend heading down to Sedano Ford and Lincoln in La Mesa during the September to Remember sales event. It's going on right now. And, of course, they're going to treat you like family because my man, Manny Sedano, is a Marine vet, local guy, car matchmaker extraordinaire, wants to get you in the car or truck of your dreams, makes it pretty affordable to do so. You could lease a Ford F-150 STX just $429 a month, or take advantage of the Got a Buck, Get a Truck with $1 down, gets you a Ford Lightning, which is incredible, $324 a month, or a Ford Mach-E Select. My man Sean just bought one of those, $285 a month, both just $1 down, or the epitome of luxury, the 2025 Lincoln Corsair Premier, just $449 a month. You can take advantage of $7,500 in dealer cash on all 2025 Lincoln Navigators. Visit the biggest inventory in La Mesa, Sedano Ford and Lincoln Megastore. Don't miss the September to Remember sale going on this month at Sedano Ford and Lincoln. Let them know Woodsy sent you from 97.3 The Fan, please. More details can be found at Sedano Ford or SedanoLincoln.com.
Okay, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Break. And, you tease going into break, Benny, about the wild baseball that's going on right now in other markets. And Adam texted us yesterday. He goes, the baseball has been unreal this week. And I said, you're right. And then it just hit me again. I'm so happy that it's not us. I'm so happy we're not the Mets. I'm so happy we're not the Reds. I'm so happy we're not the Diamondbacks. I know
Astros.
The Astros. The Tigers. I know it hasn't been a perfect season by any stretch. I know that. I'm not an idiot. But, oh, my God, it feels so good to just, you watch the game and go, all right, just get me to Tuesday. The constant sickness that they're feeling in all of those markets, Benny, about, the game they got to play that night. I mean, if you're the Tigers and you have forgotten how to win a baseball game, right? You've forgotten how to win one. It's got to be killing them, knowing 15.5 game lead is no more. It's gone.
Historic collapse.
Historic.
The Mets have a semi-historic collapse. They may still get in. The Astros had a big lead and have collapsed. You have 3 teams, and not all of them will get in, that are collapsing at the end of the season. You have the Guardians making the opposite, an unbelievable run.
The run. To be a part of the run is fun.
And one of their starters to a gambling investigation.
Gambling scandal.
At the worst possible time of the season, and yet they've gone on this run. There are so many great storylines here at the end of the baseball season.
And it's so good to not be involved in any of them. And that's what I'm saying.
And I kind of agree with you. I do feel like this weekend, Padres fans, go out and enjoy Petco Park. Enjoy the weather. It's supposed to be nice, but not too hot this weekend. Go and enjoy some banana pudding.
Yes. Go have a ball.
Soak it all in. It's Hispanic Heritage Weekend.
I don't have tickets this weekend, and we at least thought about, or thinking about it, hey, last weekend, kind of low leverage, doesn't really matter.
Go have some fun.
It sounds like a good time.
The games will be stress-free.
Just enjoy the
likely.
Moment. Just enjoy it.
Likely they will be stress-free.
But not stress-free in the way you used to go when you were a kid, when there were 19 games out, and you're like, let's go to the ballpark. We're going to the playoffs.
And make no mistake, the Padres would love to spoil things for the Diamondbacks. It may not be the A-team lineup every day because Mike Schultz going to want to get some of the starters, but you'll see some of the stars in every day, and they will be trying to win. They will be trying to spoil things for the Diamondbacks, who will absolutely have to win this weekend. So they're interesting baseball games, but you can go resting assured that no matter what happens, your team is in the playoffs. They are getting themselves set up for the playoffs, and you can enjoy Petco Park this week in America's #1 ballpark for the final time in the regular season. Because remember, there's no home playoff games guaranteed, unfortunately. They will go to Chicago, and if they don't win that series, you will not see them again this season. If they do, you still won't see them until Game 3 of the NLDS. And then that's the only one that's guaranteed because that's just how it works when you start on the road in the playoffs. So go and enjoy and appreciate and thank this team for what they've offered you this season without having the stress of knowing, I'm leaving here after the most disappointing loss of the year. You're not going to. This will be a nice chance to really just enjoy downtown and Petco Park this weekend.
TN says, will the Padres be able to keep the fire knowing they are the 5th seed? It might be an issue. I don't think it will be. Now, again, you could go out and lay an egg against the Cubs in Chicago next week because it's just the nature of playoff baseball. Listen, here's what I always say.
Keep the fire next week or this weekend?
Next week. Because with 3 games left, nothing to play for per se. Listen,
this is like fall training.
If you can't get up for the playoffs, you don't deserve to be in the playoff. That's what you play for. So I think they'll be ready to go come Tuesday night. Will they win? I would be an idiot to predict that they will.
You clinch a week out or even more. I'm calling it fall training instead of spring
fall training.
You're just getting tuned up.
Yeah.
Whatever you're working on, like just don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Don't go too crazy. Don't go too hard.
Yep.
You're just getting things done between now and next Tuesday.
Yeah, and so again, the great teams are able to turn it up in the playoffs. Will the Padres do it? Remains to be seen. But I don't think that having 3 semi-meaningless games at the end of the year is going to make them, not be able to win next week.
Again, I don't know what's going to happen, but one thing that I do believe in the playoffs is the more you've been there, the better off your team is. And the Padres have had some opportunities now and some disappointments, and they're going to be going up against a Cubs team that hasn't been there.
Yep.
Hasn't been there in years. In fact,
5, right?
2020 was the last time they were there. And the last time they played in front of fans in the playoffs was a 1-game wild card loss to the Rockies. The Rockies are the last team that beat the Cubs in a playoff game at Wrigley Field in front of fans in 2017. So this is not a playoff experienced roster that they're going up against. And I think that's important. Whether you win or lose, having some playoff reps under your belt. And we just went through the Padres roster has playoff experience under their belt. Some of it bad, but it's still, I think, going to put them in a better situation against a team that is experiencing this and probably will be feeling it with those Cubs fans. I mean, there'll be a lot of emotion, good. There'll be a lot of stress for those Cubs as well. And the Padres, I think, can go in feeling a little more like, we've been there, done this before. We've done it at home. We've done it on the road.
Sure.
We've gone to New York. We've gone to Philly. We've gone to Los Angeles.
LA.
And we've played big playoff series before. And the Cubs are like, yeah, this is all brand new territory for us.
Yeah, Tucker's been there, as Bill says,
Yes.
but he's hurt right now and not sure when he's going to come back. I think they said maybe on Saturday. That gives him all of 2 games to get dialed in. He's a G. Kyle Tucker's a G. He's going to be fine. He's going to be a guy that you have to be really careful to, one leg or not. Honestly, like he's such a good player. And they have firepower. They have guys that can hit. They can run. They're a scary team. Make no mistake about it. But they are beatable. They are beatable, and they're beatable at Wrigley Field. And the Padres have the team and the talent to do it if they play like they're capable of playing.
All right, we need to pay off the Incorporator. We'll check traffic and then find out how Jesse worked his last Incorporator word into yesterday's game. Coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
5 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
Traffic report brought to you by Islands Restaurants. Well, we had an accident that cleared, but now it's a stall, slowing you down on the westbound side of the Coronado Bridge mid-span. Takes out the right lane, and the delays begin right around the 5. And then jam-packed northbound on the 5. The left lane is blocked at National Avenue with another accident. You're slow from E Street. Islands Restaurants, summer refreshment, paradise, ambiance, and the best burgers in town. Like the Big Wave with cheese and fresh cut fries. $10 now for a limited time only. Visit one of our Islands restaurants throughout Southern California today. Dine in only. I'm Sue Aller with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, final word of the season for Jesse Agler. Joined us yesterday instead of Tuesday. And Paulie, if you could set it up for us. This one seemed...
I'd be having to set it up.
Thuffer and fuck attack.
Set it up for me, Paulie. Set it up.
This one seems perfectly appropriate to encapsulate the entire season of the Incorporator. So, Paulie?
Stultiloquence.
Oh, my God.
Stultiloquence.
I'll even slow it down.
Slow it down.
Stultiloquence.
Why did you go with...
That's how they did it. I didn't do it.
Why did you go with the
Argentinian or something?
Spanish?
That's how they. That's how it came.
Stultiloquence.
Stultiloquence.
Foolish, senseless, or silly talk.
And this one a little slightly longer. It's like about a 45-second clip instead of the 15, 20-second clip. This was in the 5th inning, top of the 5th yesterday. And the context is they're just about to get to their question of the day that they do on the radio.
Love the question of the day. Love it. Wish we had one.
It's the 86th pitch of the day from Cece is way high, ball 1. Before we give the question of the day, and it's a good question, just want to thank everybody who has submitted questions all year long. Want to thank Dave for selecting such great questions, most of the time at least. Thank you, Tony, for being able to lend your insight to it. And the question of the day is really one of those fun things. It's kind of the highlight of the night every night. 1-0 curve is a strike. The more other stuff and other people we get to involve, the less of my nonsense you have to deal with. So the less Jesse Stultiloquence, the more other people's stuff is good. Pitch is a strike 1 and 2.
That was elite. That was an elite way to end it.
Self-deprecating.
Self-deprecating.
I love it.
Stultiloquence. Very well done, Jesse. I always appreciate his.
You like the question of the day? And then Don and Mud also do.
I love it. I think it's great.
Bob will.
This one's coming in from, Jenny and Ramona. I love it.
It's basically spinning the topic wheel.
Pretty much.
Their version of spinning the topic
it's their
wheel.
version of the topic wheel. And they do it right in the middle of a big league broadcast. I love the question of the day. Sometimes you don't have to overthink things. It's just one of those. It should be just a no-brainer. We should do the question of the day. You guys are more than welcome to submit your question of the day into the YouTube chat, or you can tweet at Ben Higgins SD as well with your question of the day. You can also email him at Higgins. Or you can call him. He loves phone
question
calls.
of the day.
Hashtag question of the day.
Get this sponsored before the end of the day. Probably not going to happen. All right. Speaking of sponsorships.
Oh my God.
So it was just mentioned that Stephen Vogt is a potential doppelganger for Stephen Woods.
I'll take it.
I had a colleague yesterday who thought
this is unbelievable.
This is incredible.
Thought that he saw a Ben & Woods billboard out in the wild in San Diego, which would become as news to both of us.
Never happened, never will.
It's not a good thing for either one of us that he thought that. Though.
Much better for you than it is me. Much better.
Coming up next here on The Fan.
right, we're halfway home on a Thursday. Ben and Woods, 97.3. The Fan, fresh off of a series victory against the best team in baseball, right? 96 wins for the Milwaukee Brewers. So we did drop a game to the best team in baseball. Lost 3-1. It happens. It's okay. Everybody calm? Everybody good?
I'm good.
I'm good till next Tuesday. Then I will not be calm or good at all. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. We got the roundtable coming up, an hour of commercial-free Padres talk. Have some roundtable pizza, all of that. It's going to be very, very fun. Potentially the last roundtable of the year. We're not sure. I think we will keep it rolling as long as they're in the playoffs. It's what I've been led to believe by Ben and Paul.
And Adam. I think Adam's the one who told me. We keep going. As long as the Padres keep going, we keep going.
Okay.
Well, you guys have fun with that today.
You're out today.
If everything goes well, we'll have another 4 roundtables after this.
That would be great. I would actually look forward to
that
it.
would be fantastic news for everybody in San Diego.
Can we get it on record, though, now, Adam, that if they lose Tuesday and Wednesday, I don't want to do a roundtable on Thursday to do a season wrap-up.
No.
Because I'll be doing a season wrap-up for 4 hours.
Not only for us, but don't make Tony and Chris come in
right
after the disappointment early just to break. We'll have months to break down
literally
the last 2 games
It'll
of
be
the year.
like one long
Let's
round
not even
table.
think about that being a possibility.
Okay, deal.
Let's not even think about it right now.
Question of the day. Keegan says, do you really eat the pizza from Roundtable? Yeah, and it's spectacular. I can't today because I go straight to the gym today. So
You can have one little slice, just a carb load. You know, people like the carb load.
I vomited up and he kicks my ass so hard that I can't eat. I can't
Not even
eat
one little slice.
I eat a banana for fuel, and then that almost comes up every
They bring
workout.
chicken wings, a little protein.
I can't even imagine what he's going to put me through and burping up chicken wings and
Breadstick?
pizza. No, garlicky.
Yeah,
I don't want the
garlicky.
taste, man.
Okay,
I
that's
don't.
fine.
I don't want the taste.
I will be
love it.
indulging today.
It's delicious. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins as well. And Ben has brought something to the table. Listen, I think we need to. I think we need to tread lightly because we just heard a commercial for these guys, and they are a sponsor of the station. It's not their fault. They didn't do anything.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just yesterday I was anchoring at Channel 10 this week, and sitting next to me is my fellow anchor and reporter Max Goldwasser, who is fairly new. He's been around, I think, like a year and a half, 2 years in town. And he sits down, he gets there, and he says, "Oh, really cool billboard I just saw of you and Woods." And I go, "A billboard of me and Woods?" I mean, it's not unheard of for a successful morning radio show to have billboards in the town in which they broadcast, but it's pretty unheard of. I feel like Odyssey, someone would have told me, or we would have posed for a picture. There would have been some sort of, hey, we're putting this billboard up of you guys in these locations.
You. Finally.
But I actually did kind of have an idea of what he was talking about, because this billboard went up right outside of Channel 10. It is on the corner at Home Avenue, Federal, and Fairmount, right where our station is, 47th Street, of actually one of our sponsors here at the station and one of the Padres partners. It's San Diego's personal injury lawyers, Singleton and Schreiber. Gerald Singleton, when he dresses up, does bear at least some resemblance to yours truly. Not exactly, but he wears glasses that look like mine.
Got dark hair.
He's got dark hair, a similar smile, and I could sort of see, okay, that looks like Ben. Brett Schreiber, on the other hand, not really. I mean, he has facial hair. And
he has a beard.
He has a larger head, which is somewhat.
I have a fairly
similar. Somewhat similar. If you're in our YouTube stream, you are now seeing the Singleton, and this is the picture that is on the billboard, located in multiple locations throughout San Diego. It is not Ben and Woods.
Can he read?
That is not Ben and Woods.
Can he read?
We are not San Diego's personal injury lawyers.
How does he look at that and go, A, it doesn't say Ben and Woods, it says Singleton and Schreiber. How are you a reporter if you can't read and have
Well, you're driving,
maybe blind.
You're driving. You don't necessarily have time to read everything on a billboard. You just see the pictures. Okay, so the
Identical.
actual.
Look at that.
It's not Ben and Woods.
No offense again.
Now Gerald Singleton is a good-looking guy for sure. He looks tall.
Well,
and
sir,
handsome.
don't take shots at Schreiber.
There's nothing
He's
wrong
a
with
handsome
him.
guy
He looks
too.
A little more like Sean Lewis.
He
maybe.
does.
Yeah. It's not.
Paulie's going side to side. I like his tie. My tie.
Oh,
I do like that look.
Holy crap.
Sharply dressed gentleman.
I'm dying.
And again, but there are no Ben and Woods billboards up in San Diego right
He
now.
he has the beard I covet. I can't grow a thick beard
nice.
like him.
It is true. Much thicker than your beard.
I hate my thin, patchy beard.
I honestly, Paulie, I look like I'm an attorney, aren't I?
You are.
I would be perfect as an attorney.
Dude's got a nice jaw too.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
I do.
Way better.
Is that Singleton or
That's
Schreiber?
Gerald
Why did
Singleton.
you put my gullet hanging over my collar? That's not even real. It's a bad Photoshop job. I hate this. I just don't understand how you look at that.
Ben and Woods.
us.
The SD Padres logo and the two guys, I guess, is where he got it from.
That's unbelievable.
Thought that was the Ben and Woods billboard.
Maybe we should get together
Town.
with them
All right.
and do a side by like a big. I'd love to do a group picture with
Well,
Singleton
we'd
and
get him in
Schreiber.
studio one day.
That
Unbelievable.
is just so good.
He does look. I can see you. I can see that.
Especially from a long range
Yes.
billboard, there's definitely a resemblance there.
He's got a way. I'm sorry. He's got a way better chin than you and I. My chin is my weakest spot. It's the main. I don't think I would ever get plastic surgery per se, but I would get the gullet taken out, just a little tighten a little bit. Yeah, you're getting a little gobbler.
I'm
over there,
not.
too. You are.
What?
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's. I clearly passed it on to you. Just working with me for this long, you're going to get a gobbler. Paulie, you're going to get one too. Keep that beard long.
Yeah.
To cover it up. You're lucky you have better facial hair.
I just have to stick my neck out the rest of my life.
Yeah. I think it actually makes it worse because you're stretching the skin. You stretch the skin and then
it doesn't snap back like it's supposed to.
Snap back. It doesn't. I'm sorry though that it is. You have one too now.
Did you get your cable situation resolved? You were worried about it yesterday.
Good.
You're good now.
I was so worried for our Sammy Hagar. They finished it was scheduled repair, and they took good care of it, of everybody on the block, not just me.
That's good.
So it's all done.
Now you have a reputation for overpaying for things like that.
Yeah.
Our pal Paulie seems to have gone a different direction yesterday. He was
I
telling us
don't
about
want to hear this.
I thought you might be mad
he
at
had
me.
an
I'm furious.
amazing deal at a place that I enjoy shopping at, Costco.
Yeah, somebody had told me. So I mentioned maybe a couple of weeks ago, you were talking about something that you were paying too much for, and I thought I was paying too much for my cell phone bill, me and my wife. And somebody said, go to Costco because I have AT&T. Costco has AT&T booths or kiosks in the store, and they said they are the best. They will hook you up. They will take care of you. Told you guys what I was paying for my cell phone bill.
Yes.
And it was a little bit high. Now we were paying off our iPhones from a couple of years ago. We had like 2 more months left on those payments. So that would drop it down like $30 each. I got in there, and not only did I get my lower bill, I got my cell phone bill cut in half about.
Wow.
With 2 new iPhone 17 Pros. So the 2 phones and our cell phone service, I'm saving almost $100.
Now, is this? I'm not.
And I'm not done.
You're not done. And there's more.
Each phone that I purchased came with a $100 Costco gift card. So I got $200 in Costco gift cards as well. Now I had to pay off the phones. It was like $100 each or whatever to the last 2 payments on those phones. So it's kind of a wash there, but credited with $200 in Costco gift cards. I also had to add internet. We're going to use AT&T's internet in our new place next week. So when I set that up, I bundled it. So 2 new iPhones, our same exact cell phone service, and internet. I'm paying less than I was just paying for our phone bill as of like yesterday morning.
I can't even relate.
I'm going.
It was
I feel like I need to go.
You're on Verizon though, aren't you?
I'm Spectrum right now.
Okay.
But if there's a deal to be had. Now here's my question. Is this one of those introductory deals, and when you're not looking, it will then triple in price on you? Because
probably
that happens all the time. You sign up, and then after 6 months or a year, you all of a sudden look, wait, I was paying 120, now I'm paying 340. When did that happen? And they don't tell you, hey, your bill's about to go up massively in case you want to, cancel on us. They never let you know about that. You always have to be on the lookout. When is my introductory rate about to expire?
It's just come to my attention, and it just hit home, I think, with me that I just don't utilize Costco really at all, but definitely not enough. Definitely not enough. I do fear, though, that I'm the kind of guy to go into Costco, and it's but the price is so good, I'll just buy too much. Does that make sense?
You're walking out with one of those massage chairs.
A massage chair, 700 shrimp on one platter. I'm like, we have shrimp for a month, babe, if we want it. And I think it's I don't utilize it enough.
I was blown away.
Megan says, I didn't even know you had a membership. I have a membership every year. We go once a year, and I still pay for the executive membership.
Costco, and they're not a sponsor, but I just don't see how it's not worth it. Whatever the membership is now, $60 a year. I save so much more than that in just 1 or 2 trips to Costco every year. I went and got gas at Costco last night. There's a Costco down by Channel 10 after work. No one was there. I mean, I didn't have to wait. I drove right in. I'm paying 60 or 70 cents less per gallon. So when I fill up the tank, I'm already saving about $8-9 right there. That's just one fill up. And if you do that a few times during the year, there's no way it doesn't pay for itself almost automatically every single time. And then at the end of the year, they send me a check of, that I can pay $178 of rebates that they send me at the end of the year that I then pay for. I think it's amazing.
I was also told they gave me some paperwork with my AT&T stuff. And they said, by the way, as a Costco member, this phone number at the bottom of this page, that is the VIP Costco member AT&T service line. You do not have to sit on hold. You do not have to press 1 if you'd like this. Press 2 if you're calling for this.
Get the VIP service.
You just rings once, and then somebody picks up. I used it yesterday because I had a question about something after the fact. I was like, let me try out this hotline. Sure enough, did not wait. Spoke to somebody right away and was helped.
I need to embrace it. I do. My wife's never going to. So I need to really take the bull by the horns on this. I feel like because our bill just went up, my phone bill, my phone bill, because we wanted to get one of those I call it tracking watches because that's what it is for your small children. The watch, the little gizmo, and Bo actually has an iPhone, but it's shut down. It's just for calling mom and dad and being able to track. But my bill is gone through the roof now because now I have all of those devices on mine. So that's been fun.
I know a lot of people say in the chat, I just can't buy things in that sort of size. Someone said, I don't want 4 giant jumbo size mustards.
Bro, you don't have to buy mustard for 10 years though.
And I get it. You can't buy every day. If you live in a smaller apartment, if you have a smaller family, if it's just you, but at some point you are going to use all the toilet paper. Get one of those. If you've got at least one closet where you can store it, you're going to go through that eventually, and you're going to save $9, $10, $11 on that right there. That's almost a quarter of the way to your Costco membership for the year just once.
You can do everything there. You can get an appendectomy at Costco now. I'm pretty sure they can do that for you.
Certainly can get an eye exam.
There's iron lung in there that you can buy. There's all kinds of stuff. I mean, they have everything that you need. It's just really, I need to just embrace it. I have to just suck it up and just go pick my Costco day and just go on Monday or whatever day it is and just wear it.
It was cool, man. I'm not comfortable going in there and be like, I'm thinking about shopping my services to another cell phone carrier unless you can, make it worth my while. It's a weird, uncomfortable feeling for me. I just said, look, we're looking to bundle, need to add some internet, looking to bundle it, trying to get that bill down a little bit. I mean, the guy practically laughed at me when I told him what I was paying for the 2 phone payments and the service.
He'd have a ball with me then. He would have a ball. He'd fall over.
Yeah, probably.
All right, now that we've given Costco all this free advertising, again, they're not a sponsor for the program. I'm going to ask for one thing.
Singleton Schreiber is a sponsor.
They are a sponsor, yes. Thank you to Singleton Schreiber for advertising on the station. Costco, I don't think
You're both very handsome.
I've never heard a Costco ad here. Can you please bring back the brown butter crispy marshmallow cookies that you had in your bakery a few months ago? They were like the best cookies I've ever had, and they don't have them anymore. They're gone. I asked. They said, we don't know if they're coming back. They were so good.
What are they?
Brown butter crispy marshmallow cookies. They were like,
sounds good.
It's like tastes like an oatmeal cookie, but it had melted marshmallows in it and like brown butter. It was the best cookie, and I can't find them anymore.
Never had one of those.
Never had.
It's like, why would you take them away from me? You give them to me, and I buy them, and I get addicted to them. And then you took them away from me, and I will buy them again if you would just bring them back, please.
Shameless plug there for Costco. Brown butter cookies.
If you would bring them back. I can't buy them if they don't exist, though.
But you will if they do bring them back.
All right, it is a real or fake Thursday, Throwback Thursday. So no musical trivia knowledge necessary to qualify for the trip to Las Vegas for the Eagles tickets at the Sphere. We just need a contestant. Light up the lines right now, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. We'll play our game of real or fake when we come back. See if we can find that, I believe, 6th qualifier for the grand prize trip to Las Vegas. And then Eno Sarris at the bottom of the hour with some smart baseball. All ahead with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
We're just talking about saving money if you're trapped in a high-rate mortgage. If you're watching that hard-earned money fly out the window every single month, don't do it. You can go to Loan Pronto. They're delivering the lowest mortgage rates in 3 years. Their rate reduction home loan program. It's very streamlined. It's a low-cost way to slash your house payments by hundreds of dollars a month. You can lock in a fixed rate as low as 4.99% APR and close in as little as 2 weeks. No appraisal needed in most cases. Kicker is you can skip your next 2 house payments entirely. Get yourself a nice little nest egg there, if you will. Rates this low will not last. Call Loan Pronto now for your free, no obligation quote. They are incredible at what they do. Lower payments, more money in your pocket, and a fresh start with a better mortgage. 619-207-4336 or loanpronto.com. Lock in the new low rate. Skip the next 2 payments. Don't let the high rates hold you back. 619-207-4336 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Smart Baseball with Eno Sarris coming up in just a couple of minutes, and we'll discuss the end of the regular season, the drama in Major League Baseball, all coming up. But right now, let's see if we can qualify another listener for the trip to Las Vegas and the tickets to the Eagles at the Sphere. It is time to play Real or Fake.
Some are here for the compelling sports talk with Ben and Woods. If you can go plow through another donut. It's time for Real or Fake on 97.3 The Fan. Tell the people what they'll win today.
Real or Fake brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we've got, who do we have, Paulie? Stuart? Stuart. Yeah. Good morning, Stuart.
Good morning, guys. Thank you for having me on playing today.
All right. Good luck to you. If you can get 4 out of 7 right in Real or Fake, you will qualify for this month's phenomenal grand prize. It is, I cannot talk today.
You just can't.
Phenomenal grand prize. It is the Eagles at the Sphere Las Vegas for the tickets to the show on January 30th. 2-night stay at the Venetian Resort Las Vegas and a VIP package and a $100 gas card. Check out your tickets for the Eagles at the Sphere at Ticketmaster.com. All right, you've got Woods here. You can get one phone a friend. That's it, because I want to keep it fair for everybody this month. And here's the topic today, Stuart. The Miramar Air Show begins tomorrow. Annual highlight is always the aerial performance by the U.S. Navy Flight Demonstration Squad, better known, Woods, as the
Blue Angels.
Blue Angels, very good. The team currently flies the FA-18 Super Hornets, but has used various different aircraft with cool designations over the past 75 years. Stay on Real or Fake. I'll give you a name. You tell me if it was a real aircraft once flown by the Blue Angels or a fake I have thrown in to fool you. You know anything about military aircraft, Stuart?
My office is like a block away, and I hear him all day long, but
you can't
unfortunately,
identify
they're too fast for me to do the names.
All right. Well, good luck. You
It's
know,
a
it is a bit of a
guessing
guessing
game.
game.
50-50,
So let's go. Here we go. Round number 1. The F-15 Jackal, real or fake? Blue Angels aircraft.
Oh, Jackal sounds cool. I'm going to go real.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, buddy.
Fake.
No.
Yeah, it was fake. That's all right. So we got plenty
Tricked
of time
me.
to come back. All right, here we go. Round number 2. The F9 F2 Panther, real or fake?
Real.
Yeah, real.
It is real.
Yes.
Very good. All right, we are tied 1-1. All right, here we go. Round number 3. The F11 F1 Tiger, real or fake?
Tiger. Well, I went to, I'm from Auburn, the Auburn Tigers, so I'm going to go real.
Look at
Really?
you.
All right. Well, you know what? That paid off for you
Wow.
because that one is real, and you are now halfway to the 4 you need to qualify.
I like Stewart.
All right, let's try
I
this
want him to
one.
win.
Come on,
The
Stewart.
F4J Phantom 2, real or fake?
Phantom.
It's Phantom 2.
Phantom. Oh, the
Phantom
2.
2.
Oh, now you got me. Man, you threw the 2 at me. That was a curveball. Real.
Oh, my God. We are 1 away. All right, let's try this one, round number 5 for all the marbles. The A4F Skyhawk 2.
Skyhawk.
A4F Skyhawk 2.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a little help?
No.
I'm gonna use my buddy.
Buddy, it's been like 3 reels in a row. I think I'm going to roll fake on this
You were
one.
much better on Eagles songs.
Yes,
real or
much
fake.
better on
He's
Eagles
going
songs.
fake.
Let's go
It's up
fake.
to you, Stuart, though.
All right, I'm gonna. Sorry, I didn't hear his
Fake.
fake. All right, I agree. He says fake. It's been 3 in a row real,
Yep.
so let's roll with fake.
For the win, Paulie.
No!
It's real. All right. That's all right. You still got 2 more chances.
All right,
We're not done
good.
yet.
We're good.
The F9 F8 Cougar.
Uh,
F9 F8 Cougar. Stuart.
Sorry, I gotta giggle at that one. Come on, guys. Real.
Yes, it is! Congratulations, Stuart. You have won our game of real or fake. Hang on the line, Paulie. I'll get you
hated that one
information.
so much.
The FA3 Screech Owl.
Fake.
Very good. All right.
Man.
Let's take a quick timeout. When we come back, Eno Sarris will join us for the final time this regular season. A little smart baseball as we can start really looking at the matchup between the Padres and the Cubs and what Eno thinks.
Yeah.
He's been pretty high on the Padres' chances all along.
How about now?
What about without Ramon Laureano? We'll discuss it all with Eno coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
All right, first, though, if you're looking for something to do on an off day today, no baseball for you, make a plan to head down to 7 Mile Casino. Go down for lunch, play in the afternoon. They've got pretty much 24/7. They've got good action going at the California-style blackjack tables. If you are a Texas Hold'em player, they'll have tables going. They'll have high-limit tables going. They take good care of their high-limit players. They're looking for those big players who really like to play high-limit card action.
Yeah, no doubt. Our buddy BKG went in there, and I love when you guys send me a picture when you're at 7 Mile Casino of your stack of chips. That makes me very happy because I know you're having a good time because they take good care of you when you go, and I know you're sitting in a smoke-free environment just playing cards, no slot machines. It's a place for card players. Really, really good food as well. Check them out. Best part, just 7 minutes.
Yeah,
from
you don't
downtown.
have to make the long drive, which, cuts into all your enjoyment time. If you're spending an hour and a half or 2 hours in the car there and back, that could be time that you're enjoying yourself. And 7 Mile Casino, you're not just getting a close casino, you're getting the best one with the great atmosphere. There's so much to love about it. Check it out today. Hop on the 5, go south, get off East Street. You're going to be right on Bay Boulevard, west side of the freeway. 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Something else on you.
On me.
Buy a hat.
On me.
Yeah.
Adam just brought this in. If you're in our YouTube stream, you can see me wearing the new Los Padres Hispanic Heritage Celebration theme game hat, which you can pick up this weekend at Petco Park. But you do, as Mudd always tells you, you need the theme game ticket.
That's a themer.
Yeah, it's Friday and Saturday for either of those games. You can't get the theme game hat ticket comes with the Padres Los Padres hat. Why you don't think this one? Woods has strong opinions about hats on my head in particular.
Yeah,
and you've really yet to find the perfect solution.
I'm still looking. My eyes are still, and I'm no different right now. I used to look good in hats. I don't anymore. Something's happening. It happens to us. It happens to you as you get older. Paulie looks good in hats. We don't. And I can't find one that
is it
really...
just baseball caps? If I had a Stetson or a yarmulke
you would
or
look
something,
good in
would
a
I be better?
fedora. I think is probably your look. At the end of the day,
it's a cool hat.
Newsboy hat. It is a cool hat. It would look good on Paul. Paul should be the one modeling this right
here.
now, not you. I think we get older, our heads get bigger. I think
is that true? I don't know that that's medically true. Why would your head get bigger?
I don't know, but
older?
I think it does. I think it does.
You're done
just
growing. Your head is not getting bigger.
I can't find one that doesn't look like it's.
It does look better on.
It does
Paulie.
look better on Paulie. Look, wait, it looks natural.
Yeah. It goes with what you're wearing. Even it's like solid.
A little bit. Yeah.
All right. Well, just remember, if you'd like to attend this weekend's games, you can learn more at Padres.com/Hispanic Heritage.
Sorry,
Well, I tried to throw it on the counter. It
didn't make it all the way. All right, let's check traffic, and then we'll talk to Eno Sarris, get our first look ahead of what looks to be a Padres-Cubs wild card matchup next week, coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 856 Get Rust Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This traffic report is driven by Sedano Ford and Sedano Lincoln in beautiful downtown La Mesa. Got a crash on the 5 northbound at Claremont Drive, taking out the left lane. Delays go back to Old Town Avenue. This September to remember at Sedona Ford in La Mesa is going on now. Feel like family with Manny Sedano, who is a Marine vet and a car matchmaker extraordinaire. Get our Ford Match E-Select for $285 a month and $1 down. For more details about these offers, visit sedanoford.com. I'm Sue Aller with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's time for the super polished, yet to be named Smart Baseball Weekly segment with Eno Sarris, son of a bitch. Brought to you by 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from the ballpark by the bay in Chula Vista. Here's Eno Sarris with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, don't sugarcoat it, Eno. The loss of Ramon Laureano to a broken finger, out at least the wild card series against a Cubs team. A lot of left-handed pitchers. How bad is this for the San Diego Padres, in your opinion?
I mean, it's not good, but it all points to, the big source of right-handed power that's missing right now. Although I should say that Manny Machado's power stroke seems to be all right.
The contact stroke yesterday, putting the ball in play. Yesterday was rough.
How many 4 strikeout games does he have?
I don't know. I can't. I think I can remember maybe one other one, but I need to look that up. It was a particularly rough day for Manny against some pitching that was, fairly hittable. Guys were hitting the ball hard yesterday. Manny was not. Maybe still hungover. I have no idea. Does take a little longer the older you get, but yeah, not my favorite Manny Machado plate appearances yesterday.
No, it was one of those days, I guess. Maybe one too many Budweiser.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that, Bogarts, Machado, Fermin as well. Tatis has been going well. So it just puts a little bit of pressure on the rest of the right-handed bats to come through. Bogey's been pretty good all year. Fermin's been an upgrade over Diaz. But Machado's the big stick.
Yeah, and they're going to, listen, and like they'll do with Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber and Shohei Ohtani, they're going to pitch him very, very tough. He's going to be no different than any other superstar on any other playoff team. Christian Yelich, is going to get pitched differently than Bryce Terang or Sal Frelick. It's just they're going to go after guys like Manny a little bit tougher because that's a guy that can beat you with one swing. And, how does he rise above it in the playoffs? It's literally you're just throwing darts at a board and hoping that he gets pitches to handle and that he doesn't miss them. I mean, it's not rocket science for the playoffs. We're not going to go anywhere if Tatis and Machado and Xander don't hit Boyd and Imanaga and then the litany of left-handers that they can run out there.
Yeah, and, I think it brings up a couple of interesting things. This year has been the worst year for right-handers against left-handers in general.
That right.
Yeah, and it's because, I don't know why it is exactly, but I think it has something to do with it's also one of the rarest. This year is one of the fewest amount of pitches have been thrown by left-handers in a long time. So when I asked Austin Riley about it, he said, I'm not seeing lefties that much. It may have something to do with the 3-batter minimum in the bullpen. You're not as likely to have what they used to call a loogie, the lefty 1-out guy.
Yep.
So there's a certain amount of that going on. Then there's another thing that, you would never project a player to have reverse platoon splits. This is like a statistical thing, but it's just, it takes a really big sample to say, oh, this lefty is hitting lefties better than righties. Like, he should be in the lineup. So I'd be careful when you look at, this year's splits and try to figure out which lefty is going to be in the lineup. But that doesn't mean that one couldn't be better than another. And one thing I just looked at is that Ryan O'Hearn pulls the ball less than Gavin Sheets. And I think that theoretically, a guy who pulls the ball less should be better against same-handed. The reasoning is, you're going to get same-handed sliders go away from you, right? if you're a pull guy, you're going to pull off of those. You're going to strike out. But if you're an all fields guy, if you're a serve it to the opposite field guy, a little bit more like O'Hearn more than Sheets, then maybe theoretically O'Hearn could bat lefties more often. If that's the case, you could get a rise off the field, and so there could be some small little defensive benefits that come from it. But yeah, it's overall it's a loss.
Hey, the Cubs, like many teams this year, early in the season, they look like the best team in baseball. Of course, the Mets look like the best team in baseball. The Tigers look like the best team in baseball. The Blue Jays look like the best team in baseball. None of it held. Since the All-Star break, the Cubs have been 500. What's happened to the Cubs what kind of team do you think the Padres are going to be facing now next week?
I think it's a good matchup for them because the Cubs have a good lineup. But their rotation isn't that strong and their bullpen isn't that strong. Now they did get Danny Palencia back, so they at least have a 100-mile-an-hour closer. But other than that, even their lefties, Matt Boyd's pretty much a soft tosser. Imanaga's at 92, 93. So there's no velocity that you're really afraid of in the rotation. They've got one guy in the bullpen you're afraid of velocity-wise. And then, even in terms of like how bendy their pitches are or how crazy their stuff is, I'm just not that afraid of their staff. So hopefully the Padres, bats can get healthy against them. At the same time, it will be a tough task for the Padres team the staff to keep this lineup down. But on the other hand, the Padres bullpen is so good that you just have to win the first 4 or 5 innings, I feel like. And that can be possible because their starters are not that good. So yeah. I think it's a good matchup. It's something that should work out for them.
That's kind of what we've been thinking about, as well, is make it like yesterday, Dylan Cease went out and he threw 5 innings, gave up 1 run, struck out 8, walked 2. You sign up for that ASAP. If you told me he can do that in game 2 or game 1 at Wrigley Field, I rubber stamp that, and I think everybody does right away. What Michael King's going to offer, we just don't know. What Yu Darvish is going to offer, we just don't know. I think the potential for games the leash has just got to be incredibly short, really, for all of our starters. Nicky P got lit up pretty good in Chicago, didn't pitch well there. So they're going to have to really watch these guys. And can you go into a 3-game series? Yeah, we got a couple guys that throw really hard out of our bullpen as well, but how much are they going to be used the first 3 games? It's going it's going to be nuts. And so I want to go back to the thing that I love talking to you about the most, the chaos, chaos theory of trying to win these baseball games and what you can do with really 3 starters you're not super sure about. When you look at the Cubs lineup, is there a scene where you could picture hey man, Mason Miller may have to come out in the 4th inning and throw 2 innings to bridge a gap, to hold a lead? How weird should it get?
Well, I just think about last night. Dylan Cease has been dancing the tightrope all night. They had runners on in every inning, I think. They had runners on second in a bunch of innings. Yep. He's making it through. He gets to the 5th inning and, he gets 2 outs. And because, it's the regular season, I think you leave him in. But I say once he gives up that single to Turang, if it's in the playoffs, he's out.
Yep. Done. Yeah.
He's out. He's got 4 2/3. That's fine.
Yes.
And then in this scenario facing Vaughn, I think that I don't know if it's necessarily Merrill, but Miller, not Merrill, Miller,
but Estrada or Morgan or somebody like that.
I think it's you go to a good righty there and try to get through that inning, but and then the next time that Yelich and Churio come up. I guess they went to Morejon. That's fine, but that might be the Miller time. And in this scenario, you kind of Miller pitches the 7th and the 8th.
Yeah,
been perusing some Cubs statistics, and I want to ask Woods because I don't even know if Eno knows this. Which Cubs player do you think has the highest B-WAR on their team? I'd probably give you 10 guesses. I don't know that you'd get it.
I don't know.
Oh, it's not. Is it Nico Horner?
It's Nico Horner,
Horner
and his 6 home runs and his 746 OPS. Does he catch everything out at second base?
Yeah, he's really good.
I know he's really good, but so is Bryce Terang out at second base as well. Ian Happ always scares me against the Padres. Ian Happ is a Padres killer. That's kind of it's an unusual lineup because they are much deeper in terms of their WAR, of all their starters. Seiya Suzuki's 9th of their WAR players, so that is a very balanced lineup that they have.
Yeah, and Suzuki would be better at DH. Has been pressed into outfield duty because of Kyle Tucker's injury, and that's still a big wild card for them. He is supposedly trending towards a return to the lineup this weekend. That'll push Suzuki back to DH. But then if you think about it, who's their worst hitter? Carson Kelly's had a pretty good year, their catcher. Pete Crow Armstrong, is maybe their Matt Shaw is their worst hitter by WRC plus. So, and he has a 94. So basically, their worst hitters are near league average or better.
Yeah.
And can run into one. None of the other than Nico Horner, everybody's got double-digit homers. And so, yeah, it's a really deep lineup, and so I think that'll change some of the discussion too. It's that's why you want Miller to go too. You don't want him to only just do the heart of the lineup. You don't want to take your foot off the gas when the bottom of the lineup comes up.
Yeah, that's a little more worrisome than I thought. I look at the names and I go, they can handle those, but they have performed all year long. Eno, when we talk to you next week, who knows where we'll be at in the postseason. But, it should be a very interesting series, and appreciate your contributions all regular season long.
We will either be sad
or happy,
depressed,
or
ecstatic,
very nervous.
or ready to vomit for game 3.
Yeah, nervous again
Should
already.
be fun.
It's going to be a big week. Thanks for everything, guys.
Thanks, brother.
Eno Sarris joining us as he's done all season long. Yeah,
ecstatic, depressed, or nervous beyond all.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
There's no in between.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not surprised Eno got it just because he spends so much time with the numbers. But I was shocked that Nico Horner was their top WAR player because he doesn't scream superstar in that lineup. When you've got Pete Crow Armstrong, Kyle Tucker, Dansby Swanson, you think, well, it must be one of those guys. I know Seiya Suzuki got off to a great start, but yeah, Nico Horner. And Ian Happ is not a superstar, but man, he plays well against the Padres, it feels like. Seems like one of those guys who's always a Padres killer every time they face him. So plenty of nervous moments. There's no weak spots in the lineup to go through, but it is the playoffs as well. And you've got pitchers.
He only hits 226
against the Padres.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
2 bombs, 7 RBIs,
Crazy.
10 runs scored
This
in
year
20,
or
23
forever?
games.
Lifetime.
Nothing ever gets it right. 224, 37 hits, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs, 20 runs scored, according to Stat Muse.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you get that idea in your head that guys are more dangerous than they are.
I feel like Imanaga does well against us.
He's had 2 good starts against the Padres this year. I think one was 6 shutout, and the other he gave up 2 runs. But he certainly has given the Padres problems in the past. Playoffs are such a different animal.
They
though.
are.
It's definitely a different form of baseball.
Oh, yeah.
When you get to the postseason.
Yeah, we don't really have anybody that handles him other than Tatis has hit Imanaga pretty well. Yeah.
All right. We're going to have more days to discuss a Padres-Cubs matchup because unless the Dodgers lose every game and the Padres win every game, the Padres will be facing the Cubs in the first round of the playoffs. That's your matchup. We're almost assured of that. Now, we'll come back with our Reindl Report. We got 1 more hour before the roundtable kicks in. Stick around. More Ben Woods on the way on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Final hour of Ben and Woods. And then, of course, the roundtable coming up at 10 o'clock. Adam Klug has confirmed. The roundtable only continues as long as the Padres are in the playoffs. So
yes,
this could be the last roundtable of the year. We hope it is not.
Correct.
The last roundtable of the year, because the more roundtables we have, the deeper the Padres are going in the postseason.
I want to go deep.
Slow or fast?
Medium.
Medium.
Yeah, but deep.
But deep.
Yeah, medium. Yeah, medium.
Yeah, this weekend
The
is
best
your
way.
chance to reset everything, enjoy the last few games of Padres baseball without a ton of pressure on the line. We'll know for sure today, well, not necessarily for sure. If the Dodgers win today, the division is over. They will clinch the 3rd seed and a home playoff series against whoever emerges, Mets, Reds, or Diamondbacks in the
I want
first
to go
round.
fast, but I want to go slow, and I want to go deep.
Wise words from Skip.
And that would ensure that the Padres would be playing the Cubs. Now, the Cubs cannot clinch the 4th seed today with a win over the Mets, but they can reduce their magic number to 1 with a win. Their magic number is currently 2. So any combination of 2 Cubs wins or Padres losses would mean that that series will take place at Wrigley Field. So there is room for 1 hiccup on the last 7 games of the year. But the Padres would need 6 of the 7 outcomes to go their way in order to host the series at Petco Park.
That's a lot to ask for.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens all the time in Major League Baseball, but odds are still very much against the Padres getting to now play at home in the first round. So.
Stay healthy, man. Cannot afford another one.
With the odds being that long, the priority now becomes health, setting up your pitching rotation. And they did announce yesterday a little bit of a change. The Padres will be going with Yu Darvish tomorrow and Michael King on Saturday, which would then lead you to believe that their playoff rotation for Chicago would be Nick Pivetta, Yu Darvish, and Michael King.
Yeah.
That would keep them all on regular rest. Now, will that actually be the case? Will there be more of a bullpen game on that game too, as opposed to Yu Darvish? Mike Schultz not going to tip his hand on
Depends
everything
on how
at
it
this
goes,
point.
really.
It may depend on how it goes, but that's how the Padres are setting up. Or will Dylan Cease find his way in somewhere? Will he be coming out of the bullpen after what we saw yesterday? A lot of options still on the table, but it was interesting that Schultz said Darvish tomorrow, King on Saturday, and then they'll make a decision on Sunday's starting pitcher.
It's you, by the way.
It
Yeah,
could be
you're
you.
going to throw
It
some-
could be me.
No, you,
It could-
yeah.
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 It could be you.
Not me.
It might be you.
No.
It won't be
Definitely.
you, Darvish, though.
No, it will not be you, Darvish. Pitching tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could
good
be.
chance this weekend to go see the fellas in a
Yeah.
pretty stress-free environment.
The other decision they made yesterday that will impact the playoffs, they send Ron Marinaccio down,
Oh!
which means unless someone gets hurt, a pitcher gets hurt, he can't come up until the division series.
Wait, really? They can't put him on the wild card roster?
Not anymore. You have to, unless there's an injury, you need 15 days before you can bring him back up.
I thought they did a whole reset. No,
They don't, apparently.
They don't
Yeah.
do that.
I was looking that up. They do not do the resets.
What a bummer.
So, but
was
that
good.
does mean that Brad Rodriguez
Yeah.
could be part of the postseason roster because
He'll-
he's still up with the team.
He's going to get some looks this weekend.
Yeah,
Rest
I would think
assured,
so.
you will see some Brad Glay. You will see Kyle Hart. He's still up.
He's still up,
Yeah,
yep. He
still
can
up.
still be
Yeah,
part
you're
of
gonna
the,
see,
part of
you're
the
gonna see
postseason
those
roster.
guys this weekend. Yeah, really. You just need to. You need to see what you got in some of those dudes and in some games again that aren't super high leverage. They are for the Diamondbacks. They're very high leverage for the Diamondbacks.
Look at that. Let's watch them be stressed out for
Yeah,
a few games.
fun.
You know?
Fun
You
for
know,
me.
It's always fun, when you're playing against the spoiler and it's like they look free and easy and
Yeah.
they're playing with nothing to worry about. This weekend, that's the Padres. And the Diamondbacks fans get to be the ones that are like, our entire life is on the line here. How are we losing this game to Nestor Cortez on
is it
Sunday, or JP Sears, whoever they're going to end up
dominating,
throwing.
right?
Yeah, let them be in the torture chamber for a weekend.
No doubt.
All right, we got a lot to get to this hour, including a football threesome.
Yeah.
Our friend Matty Ginella is going to come on, talk a little Ryder Cup as well. But right now, Paulie's got some headlines in the Reindl Report.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report
with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a
All right.
All right.
All right.
It's the Reindl Report, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Relatively slow sports night outside of the baseball, which we have discussed throughout the morning. I do have one story here. I always find the sports memorabilia auction prices to be fascinating.
Yes, indeed.
Tony Hawk's skateboard from his legendary 900 that happened back in 1999.
So cool.
I was 9 years old. You guys were slightly older.
Yes, slightly.
But I think everybody remembers when that happened, whether you were watching it live or you watched it on Sports Center later that night.
Never seen anything like it, man.
It was unbelievable. You thought it would never happen.
Math Woods, how many revolutions is that? 900. Do it. Come on.
2.5.
Yeah.
Hey,
very
That took me
nice.
way too long.
Yeah, so Tony Hawk is 57 years old right now, and he was doing a big auction with Julian's Auctions, it says here. They handled the sale of the skateboard. It went for $1.15 million yesterday.
Wow.
The same skateboard.
That's badass.
Tony Hawk said, I hope that it's someone that truly appreciates it, or that event or that
wouldn't it
object
have
meant
to be?
something to them.
I would think so.
By definition.
Well, he said, well, he
wouldn't it
goes on.
have-
He goes, it's not just. Hopefully, it's not just a flex that they have the money and can just buy it, and they don't really care. Like, he's hoping that the guy that bought it, like, was there, remembers that moment. It means a lot to them, and not just like, oh, that'd be cool. I got FU money. Here you go.
And the money's going to a good cause, which is cool.
That's a lot of scratch.
Yeah.
That's really
Building
cool.
skate parks for
Yeah.
underserved communities
Yeah.
is a really cool thing.
They sold some other items as well from the 900. His helmet went for 115 grand.
Wow.
The sneakers that he wore that day, $64,000. His knee pads, $57,000. And then there were other items that he used throughout his career as well. Like you said, it goes to his nonprofit, Tony Hawk's nonprofit, the Skate Park Project, which aims to build skate parks in underserved neighborhoods.
So cool. So rad. Well, good for him. Legend.
You ever
Love that.
skateboard?
Yeah, I tried.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so bad.
You
I never tried.
Couldn't have seen anybody worse than me.
I could ride just fine. Like, I could ride with my friends and cruise.
Tried to ollie.
I could barely ollie.
Barely.
I couldn't kickflip. I couldn't grind.
What's an ollie again?
Ollie's when you
Just a
slide
jump.
you push your back foot down and you slide your other foot. And
You
the
like
board
stomp.
comes up,
You stomp your back
air.
foot.
Yeah.
And then
You get a little air underneath it.
Yeah, it's like you stomp the back foot and then you slide
Slide
up
it
and
up.
kind of level it out in the air. It's just a regular hop.
I wanted it so badly. Vision, streetwear when I was a kid. We all had like the gear. We skated around the neighborhood, but I was never great at it. And I tried. Like, I really put my mind to it to try to be a good skater. I just couldn't do it. I didn't have it
You
in
couldn't
me.
go down the railing of a staircase.
I'll never forget. Remember my old producer on my first show, Jay Isbell, and he called me over to his house. He's like, he put me in one of the. He did put me in one of like those padded suits, and it was just a tiny little ramp. It was maybe 4 feet tall, and he goes, just drop in from here, and you put the edge on the edge of the thing, and all you had to do was drop down.
Yeah,
and do it.
I was just gonna say,
It was
that's
3 feet.
That was the one thing we had a skate park near my house growing up that had a bowl and everything.
Yeah.
Much bigger than 3 feet.
Right.
It was probably 6, 7, 8 feet.
Right. Just drop in.
Everybody else could do it
Everyone.
so easily,
Yeah, piece of cake.
effortlessly. Like, it was no big deal. It was just like walking to them.
Slid out
And
from
I
under
would
me.
get up there and I'd have my back foot on
Yeah,
the
you
board.
panic.
And I'm like, they just say, you have to go for it.
Just
If
go.
you're going to do it, you have to commit. If you don't commit fully, you will fall and
Fall
hit your head on the
backwards.
back
Yep.
of the bowl or
I
whatever.
did all of it.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't even try. I never even attempted it. I got up there and I just said, I can't do this.
What amazes me is usually a lot of those guys are smaller, because for big guys like us, that can be tough. But Tony Hawk is 6'3".
He's a big dude.
I've met him. He's tall. He's a tall dude. And the fact that he can do what he does on a skateboard,
I'll tell you, like, it's
unbelievable.
It's legitimately one of the things I lament about my life is that I was not blessed with the surfing, skating gene to do it. I've tried them both. A ton. One thing I think I would like to maybe get is a longboard skateboard. That looks fun on a nice flat surface. I can do that, but I can't do like a skateboard and do tricks. I want to so bad. I always thought it was so cool. Just couldn't do it, man. Couldn't do it because
I have no balance.
No,
and I have no intestinal fortitude to
get
risk
the
injuries that come along with it, which makes me the worst candidate for skateboarding and surfing possible.
Neither of my kids, like Bo, cannot do it. Taylor there's some potential to do it. There's something there, but it scares me. Like I'm like, oh, cool, broken wrist, cool, broken tailbone, like all that stuff. I don't know, man. I'm so jealous of anyone that
My friends and I, we would rollerblade. We would play like rollerblade hockey out on the streets.
I couldn't even do that, dude.
That was fun. We had a BMX track,
I did BMX.
man-made BMX track.
Yeah, see, I would ride BMX. We would make jumps. I'd do all that stuff all day.
Fun.
Because I felt like I was in control. Could put my hands on something. So I would jump BMX all day. I had a blast doing it.
No hands in
skateboarding.
I remember some high schoolers when we were in like elementary school or middle school. They built this like in the woods, just this cool BMX dirt bike track, and they were probably smoking and drinking and doing whatever. And like you'd have to like go and kind of hide behind the tree and look to see if they were there. Because if they were there, you couldn't.
No,
absolutely not.
As
soon as they leave, though, me and my buddy's like, all right, let's go.
So bad. You didn't even do that.
No.
You ride a bike or a scooter. We
tried to get you to ride a scooter. Wasn't going to happen. All right. Next up, we teased it earlier this morning. We talked about our interview yesterday that we recorded with Sammy Hagar, and we're going to play that for you guys tomorrow morning. I'm excited for everybody to hear it. Fortunately, we didn't ask him about this other news that I saw yesterday involving Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
He has been teasing maybe a new musical side project. He posted a picture with Chad Kroeger, the frontman for Nickelback.
You like a Nickelback song or two. Yeah.
And Tommy Lee, drummer from Motley Crue.
Wow.
Just three icons hanging out. And everyone goes, well, what's that about? And it turns out they may be developing some sort of a super group, you call it, I guess, right? Super group for, it says here on People Magazine, a dream for dad rock fans of every era.
Yeah.
Motley Crue, Nickelback, Van Halen, Sammy Hagar.
Who sings? Sammy? Or Nickelback guy?
Do they kind of trade off?
Yeah, maybe trade off.
How does that?
Nickelback
any idea
guy
how that would
is
sound?
not a bad singer.
No.
Tommy Lee's one of the best.
Tommy Lee's one of the goated drummers of all time. Sammy Hagar rules. So
does that can you even wrap your head around, like, can that work? Those three guys?
Yeah, I mean, look, those guys all have pretty good FU money. They're just having fun jamming. Like they're all pretty set. Taking care of, just having some fun in their old age, neighborhood dad band getting together. I'd be interested to hear it. I bet it's going to be very loud and very butt rocky.
And I'll pair that with,
expect it to be.
There's another super group forming as well in music. You see this one? It's called the Howl Owl Howl.
Howl Owl Howl.
Howl Owl Howl.
That's a tough one to say. It's got Mike Mills from REM.
Yep.
Steve Gorman, the drummer for the Black Crowes.
Black Crowes, yep.
And Darius Rucker.
Oh,
Darius
another
Rucker
one of your
and
favorites.
Hootie as well. Howl Owl Howl.
Howl Owl Howl.
Any interest in that?
Howl.
Sure, I want to hear it.
Between the two,
that name?
The two super groups, which one are you listening to first?
The Sammy Hagar. Yeah, for sure. Based on yesterday's interview. It was great.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you guys will love it.
All right, then finally, just to wrap up the Reindl Report, we're very busy, as you said, in this 9 o'clock hour, Ben. It is a throwback Thursday. I got one good clip. This was from, I believe, 3 years ago. Might have been 2023. When we had Joey Votto on. It was very random. Still to this date, one of our, top 5 interviews of all time. Joey Votto, when he joined us. It was at like 9:50. We went long that morning. We talked to him for about 20 minutes. And Joey Votto told us a story about one of the newest Padres at the time. We'd only been here a couple of months. Got him at the trade deadline, Brandon Drury.
Yeah.
It's a throwback for those that remember. If you haven't heard this, Well, that's all the context you need. Brandon Drury, one of the newest Padres, and the legendary Joey Votto on with Ben and Woods a couple of years ago this week.
It's been crazy. The trade deadline comes, and one of your former teammates, Brandon Drury, now here and, hits a grand slam in his first AB. It's just incredible. Just been incredible to cover and watch every single game.
No doubt. And boy, what a weirdo you guys got.
Did we?
Oh, now we need to know more
to
about
him.
Brandon Drury.
Spill it.
He's very quiet. He's been kind of quiet since he got here.
Quiet. Oh man, he must. So it sounds like he turned the volume up. He went from completely like sucking in noise to like quiet. It's like a black hole with us. It's funny. I'll tell you a story. And so he occasionally wears his eye patch for like this vision drill, and it helps him. He needs it. And so one day I go, "Can I wear the eye patch?" And so I put the eye patch on, and like he said, you have to do these specific drills and wear it for X amount of time. And that day, I actually have a picture of it, and I'm not going to post it or anything like that because I don't think that's a good idea. But I ended up homering that day, and so we get done with the game, and I go, "Hey, dude, you think I can wear that eye patch tomorrow?" And he's like, "No, you're not allowed to wear it anymore. It's my eye patch."
Oh my God!
You only get one day. And then he goes, "Sorry, man, you got to put in your own work around here, homie."
Oh my God! He threw it right back in your face. Made it up.
You got to put your own work in, homie. Now, yes.
I believe that story was 100%.
We found out. So
he did use the eye patch, I do believe.
Yeah, he did have an eye patch. It's a tool to work on your hitting and your vision and everything.
Try it.
So we went down there to Petco Park, I don't know, within a week after that interview airing. And Brandon Drury actually kind of mean mugged all three of us. We were there to record with somebody else, and he kind of glared at us. And he said something, and I don't remember what it was, but he's like, "By the way, it's not true," or something like that. As he walked away, we were like, "Whoa, like we've never even met you. Like, what the heck's going on?" And our friend Andy Heilbrunn was right there, and she goes, "Oh, I think I know what that's about."
He didn't appreciate that story that Joey Votto told because it never
And
happened.
we go, "What are you talking about? That was a great story. Like we were just having fun." And he goes, "It didn't happen. It never happened." Joey Votto made that entire story up on the fly. He's probably maybe told it before, but like when he goes in that clip, he's like, "Yeah, I got a picture. I'm not going to post it because I don't want to make." He doesn't have a picture because it doesn't exist. He made that whole story up.
Wonder what Joey Votto's up to. I'd like to get him back on the air sometime. He's been gone kind of quiet on social media, I think.
I'll be a little more cautious
about the stories
what he says on the interview, but I would be happy to have him on again.
Anytime.
That was like a week-long bit.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Because we didn't find out for several days.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
We got a football threesome quickly coming up, and then talk some Ryder Cup with Matty Ginella, and then we've got a roundtable at 10 o'clock. Don't go away. More coming up with Ben and Woods after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I get a chance to tell you about my daily fantasy sports outlet, Prize Picks. I've been doing Prize Picks for about a year and a half now. It really, I think they've kind of nailed daily fantasy. If you're interested in playing, if you haven't tried it before, it's a lot of fun. You're setting your lineups as often as you like. You can do multiple lineups in the day. You can just do one or two a week, whatever you want to do. It's between 2 and 6 players in your lineup, just like a regular season-long fantasy lineup, but you're just doing it with like one game, and you're picking against the numbers, more or less on stat projection. So with football season here, college football, pro football, you've got all kinds of options all weekend long, watching your favorite college teams, your favorite football players, like Saquon Barkley. You can pick more or less than one rushing touchdown. Put that in a lineup, and it's really easy to do. This weekend, you can look for your max discount squares, like Jalen Hurts, more or less than 1/2 of one passing yard. You pick more, put that in a lineup, and win real money because, you're watching sports anyway. It's really fun to be right with Prize Picks. Just make sure when you download the Prize Picks app, you use the code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Stack them up, same player in a lineup up to 3 times on different stat projections. Think for a quarterback, passing yards, rushing yards, touchdowns, however you want to do it, whatever game you're watching, put them in your lineups and then just enjoy it a little bit more and then win real money. It's Prize Picks. Good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for more details.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
The torch has been passed.
You've been replaced.
I have been replaced.
But your choice.
My choice.
Yeah, the San Diego Seals just announcing that they are bringing some new power to the electric factory, welcoming Derek Togerson as Woods' replacement as PA announcer for the upcoming season.
Good for him, man. I caught the very tail end of his audition, but had heard really good things. There were a couple of other guys in there that I really, really liked as well. But I think it's a good fit. You know, I do. I think it's a good fit. He's been to damn near every game that we've had. So I think he can come in and hit the ground running, and anything he needs, I'm there to help. If he just wants to do it by himself, that's good too. Whatever you want to do. But I'll be there opening night as well. Can't wait. Got my season tickets sent to my account the other day, and very, very excited for the Seal season to get going. I love it.
Will you heckle him at all?
No.
Okay.
No, that's not my style.
All right,
that's not my style. I would not. I'm happy for him. It's a great gig, a great organization. And, you know, now you know him better than me. Does he have the ability to get down there and get crazy?
Oh, I think he does.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. You got to have it. You got to have it. Yeah. Here's another example of me being the cool X, right?
Yeah. You are the cool,
I'm the cool X.
You're the cool
yeah,
X.
whatever. Have fun.
Anna, you're so lucky.
She's so lucky.
That one day you're going to have the coolest
coolest X of all time. Yeah, babe. I'll walk you down the aisle. It's no big deal. Hey, he's a nice guy. Yeah.
All right. Who's in the mood for a threesome?
Me, always.
Let's go for it.
Can Ben and Woods interest you in a threesome?
A threesome would be fun.
No, not that kind of threesome.
Talk dirty to me.
We're talking end arounds, the best tight ends in the world, and going all the way in this game of inches.
2 inches short, maybe less. Story of my life.
It's the NFL Threesome with Ben and Woods, brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort, the Players' Place, on 97.3 The Fan.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
All right, our threesome is a look at tonight's game in the NFL, Thursday Night Football, our most intriguing matchup of the weekend, and then one pick against the spread from each of us. And tonight, here on 97.3 The Fan, you can catch the Seattle Seahawks visiting the Arizona Cardinals at 5:15. Pretty good game again.
Very good game.
We'll see if it plays out. There's been so many entertaining primetime games so far this season. Both teams are 2-1. Every team in the NFC West has a winning record.
Yep.
The Niners are 3-0. Rams, Cardinals, and Seahawks are all 2-1. But remember, the Niners are battered by injuries. So whoever wins this game kind of has a bit of an edge on early, at least in the season. So it's a very important game in the standings, at least to wrap up the first quarter of the season.
Name the starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks.
It is now, it's not Geno Smith anymore.
Nope.
He went to the Raiders.
Oh, I saw this last week. I saw
Come
highlight.
on.
I know who it is.
Going up against Kyler Murray.
Yep. It's Sam Darnold, everybody.
That's right.
Sam
It is
Darnold.
I saw a highlight and I
Went
go
from Minnesota to
what?
Seattle.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep, he is. And the Arizona Cardinals, man, they have their one loss was on like a last-second field goal to the Niners, who are 3-0. Like they're a pretty good team. This is a good matchup.
It's the 49ers actually have the worst point differential.
I
They're the
know.
only undefeated in that division. The other three teams all have a better one. So good game tonight. Now there's a lot of options for intriguing matchups. So I'll let you go first, Woods.
Oh, you can let me go first.
Yes.
There's only two.
I think it's
I think there's a couple more.
well, I think it's Ravens Chiefs
All right.
because one
Two
of those
losing teams.
Yeah, two losing teams, but one of those
That's the obvious number one.
that's the
Right.
obvious number one because one of those teams is now going to have 3 losses, and that's pretty weird to see from
That is
either
true.
of those teams right now. That's an intriguing one
Baltimore
for me.
favored on the road at Arrowhead.
Yeah,
Not-
2.5 points for Baltimore. Yeah.
People are going to sleep on the Chiefs, and they're going to go on some insane run. They're going to get it.
Maybe.
get
No
it
team
together.
has ever
No,
lost
right.
3 of their first 4.
Every team's run comes to an
It
end
does.
at some point.
It's true, but it's still
Usually it's when the quarterback retires.
It feels
but
so early in their run. You
Yeah.
know, it really does. So I think
I think you're probably right. Don't give up on the Chiefs.
I wouldn't.
yet.
I wouldn't.
Paul, I'll let you take the other somewhat obvious one, and I'll go with a less obvious one.
My second pick would be the Eagles and
Yeah.
the Bucks.
Both undefeated.
really good one.
Yeah, 2 really good teams.
Eagles
They're fun to watch, man.
They
Like,
are, but the
the Eagles are fun to watch, and I don't know what it is. I love Baker Mayfield. I
course.
like watching him play. So
Eagles had to scrap one out last week, needing all block field goals, all kinds of stuff. They're again, our buddy that we play ball with, Stevie. He's from Philly. He's like, Eagles 3-0, baby. I'm like, yeah, you still want to fire Sirianni, don't you? He's like, yeah, pretty much. You know, like that's just the 3-0. Are they the most believable 3-0 team? I don't think so. I think that, I actually think the Bucks can win this game.
So the Eagles don't play well in Tampa. I think they've lost like 5 in a row. Sirianni's like taking them a day early, like to try to mix things up because they've had such struggles when they've gone down to Tampa. But they're favored.
Mike Evans out.
Yeah,
that's
for Tampa.
a bummer.
Philly is favored by 3.5. I
Yep.
think that's too much. If I was playing that one, I'd probably go with the Bucks too, especially getting the points. But
there's one more game, and I think I know which one you're going to pick.
Well, I'm going to pick the very early morning Sunday game from Ireland. The Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers, both 2-1. That game going to be played in Dublin, Ireland at Croke Park. A big game for both teams who are both 2-1.
6:30 a.m.
6:30 a.m. You
I'll be
can't
up.
sleep.
I'll be
you
up.
can turn on NFL Network at 6:30 and see the NFL from another country. They're really going to try to play it in every country on the planet at
I think so.
some point.
I thought you might go with the Colts and the Rams, a 3-0 Colts versus the 2-1 Rams. It doesn't do much for me, that matchup, but should be a good game.
How about the Giants fan that has now seen Daniel Jones just tear it up for the Colts?
So as we get to our picks, that's where I'm going, though. Colts and Rams, a good game, but in Los Angeles, and I think it is just time for 1 week for Daniel Jones to come back down to earth a little bit. Rams solid.
What's the line?
Defensively, Rams by 3.5, and I'm going to give up those points at home. And I'm going to say the Colts are fine at being 3-1. They're going to have a bad game at some point. They're not this good. They're not a 15-2 type team. There's going to be some losses for the Colts, and this will be one of them. I don't know that they'll get embarrassed, but I can see an 8 to 10 point Rams victory in this one at home. So I will take the Los Angeles Rams, and I will give the 3.5 points against the Indianapolis Colts.
There's a huge spread in the NFL this week.
There
It's
is.
It's the Buffalo Bills. 15
Everybody's
and a-
survivor pick. if they haven't done it
15 and a
already.
half. 15 and a half over the Saints, who are not great. I can't do it. I can't go either way.
So
I don't think
Megan Perry was asking for my survivor pick advice. She didn't want to take Buffalo. I go, why don't you want to take Buffalo? She says, everyone else is taking Buffalo. And I go, well, there's a reason everyone's taking Buffalo.
Yeah, sure, just to win without covering the spread.
Now, if you pick someone else and Buffalo loses, you'll probably win your survivor pool.
Yeah.
Like everybody will be eliminated. So if you want to go out on a limb, but I couldn't. I mean, she was thinking of taking like Carolina at New England, or New England against Carolina. I go, I don't trust the Patriots that much, even against Carolina. You got Buffalo against New Orleans.
Boy, that Jets-Dolphins 0-3 matchup is screaming at me as well. No, I don't know why I hate the Giants. I hate the Giants. I'm taking the Chargers to score a touchdown more at 6.5 over the Giants. Jackson Dart getting his first start.
I know. I was looking at another relatively big spread. I was looking at Sunday night, Green Bay minus 6.5 over the Cowboys. Cowboys already look like they're in midseason form of just not able to cover anything, not playing well. But I think I'd probably stay away. I think I'm going to go with, I would actually take Seattle tonight with the Cardinals. I don't know how their running game is going to be.
James Conner.
It's a close enough. It's a 1.5 point spread. So you're like, all right, can you win by 2 or more? If you're going to win, it's probably going to be by 2 or more, so I'll take that.
Green Bay's interesting because they're probably ticked after losing to Cleveland last week.
Yes.
They might want to take it out on Dallas.
They looked great before that.
That's another survivor pick that probably went in the crapper last week.
I'm sure.
You know?
And that's our football threesome. We'll come back and we'll be joined by our friend Matty Ginella, get an update. He had a health scare recently. The Ryder Cup, maybe the biggest team golf event we've ever seen in our lifetime, starting tomorrow morning. Get you updated on that coming up next here on 97.3 The Fan.
But first, let me tell you about Eco Water. You hear Eco Water all over the radio station. Huge partner of ours, and I'm very grateful we got the Eco Water system in our home. I've got an Eco Water Yeti, and it's filled with Eco Water. Go figure. The best water that you can have for your family, for yourself. It's and they're so far ahead of like the technological advancements. It's pretty cool. The first with remote monitoring, the first with Wi-Fi and leak detection, the first with whole home automatic cutoffs that can stop a leak before it becomes a disaster. It's protection you can actually see and control. They have the latest, most advanced technology in water treatment for your family and your business. We have it here at the station as well. Not just first in the industry, but most advanced today. It's not just about protection, though. It's about better water for everything that you use it for. It is bottled quality water straight from the tap. You add the alkaline filters, your hydration gets a healthy boost. Skin feels better. Coffee tastes better. And, it's great. The family all loves it. The pets love it, as far as I can tell. When your water is this pure, you can taste and feel the difference. Try the Soft Life and alkaline water now. Just $9.95 a month. 760-350-3338 or go to ecowatersocal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. Keeping it soft since 1925.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
I know for a fact that our next guest is a regular listener and fan of the Roundtable. So he's got that to look forward to coming up in about 20 minutes. But first, we're going to talk a little Ryder Cup with Matt Ginella right after our last check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
Jammed on the 56 westbound at Camino del Sur, all because of a crash taking out the center lane, and then the 5 northbound, that slows down into Carmel Mountain Road, and this is all because of a debris spill blocking one lane. Now, the southbound side of the 805, that slows down at El Cajon Boulevard. This is all because of a stall. The right lane is blocked, and you also have a crash on the 15 northbound right at the 805 connector. I'm Sue Aller with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I've got to say, as Woods saw yesterday when I started talking about the Ryder Cup.
Oh, my God.
Don't know that I've ever been excited for a golf competition like the one coming up this weekend. And we're joined right now by our friend, Matt Ginella, former correspondent for the Golf Channel, now with Fire Pit Productions, was kind enough to come in and sit in for you a few weeks ago. Matty, it is good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. I love this. I love you guys. I love this. I love this station. I love everything about it. I love being on with you guys.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for having me.
I know you're geeked about the Ryder Cup. What a week for you. Like, you got the Ryder Cup and then you got Padres baseball on Tuesday. It's the dream.
I got to pace my. This is the problem. This is a marathon here. We gotta spread this out. I don't want to peak too soon.
Are you allowed to have any excitement? I mean, what are your doctors saying?
Yeah,
you
what
had a bit of a
happened
health
to
scare
you
recently that landed you in the hospital.
So let's just deal with this really quick. I travel for a living. I'm a horrible traveler, meaning I sit in the window, I don't get up, I don't hydrate, and I don't use compression socks. If there's I had a pulmonary embolism. I had a blood clot go from my leg to my lung. I am alive. I love that I'm on talking to you guys right now.
Us too, dude.
I'm on bonus time. But this is a real thing. And for being a professional traveler and being as ignorant and, an idiot like I've been, I'm glad I didn't essentially kill myself. I took a red eye to Florida last week, a week and a half ago, and went right out into 140-degree heat, didn't hydrate, flew back, had a pain in my left lung area. It was internal. Thank God I went to the urgent care. They sent me to the emergency room. They did a bunch of tests, CT scans, pulmonary embolism in the lung that that can kill you. But I survived. And here's the biggest takeaway. If you're traveling, use compression socks, hydrate, and move around. And you should be good to go. But it's a real thing. And I'm just glad to be here to be able to talk about it and share my experience and hopefully help people in the future.
You said it went from your leg to your lungs.
Shoots up.
Oh my!
I'm a window guy too, man, and I'm also a bit of a slug on a plane. Just kind of sit there and you got to get up and move it around a little bit. Oh, Matty, I'm so glad you're okay, dude. And a good lesson, right? Good lesson for all the tier ones out there. If you're traveling a bunch, make sure you take care of yourself. as you do. But let's get into the meat. I mean, this kid over here to my left is Getty. You get him going on this Ryder Cup, and he won't stop. He's fired up.
I tell everybody, I've been covering golf for 30 years, and if I'm going to reflect back on some of my favorite moments as a fan, being able to have the access I've had to the game of golf has been a gift that forever keeps giving. But Open Championships, obviously the Masters is something that's super special. There is nothing like a Ryder Cup. Because you take a bunch of guys who are, this is an individual sport. They are, especially in the US, very, mechanical. They've been conditioned to be in their own, in their own silos, their own space. And you mix all that up and you throw it into this venue and, this Coliseum feeling. It's the best the game gives us, and it only happens every 2 years. And that kind of even makes it better. It's the fact that Europe has won 10 out of the last 14, which is now an official rivalry, and for whatever reason, even though they win all the time, they're always the underdog. The US in theory is supposed to win, but look at, you got the team. If you add up all the wins on the team USA this year, and they got 4 rookies, which is a recipe for disaster, and they don't have a lot of real, grizzled veterans, they can only get to 26 points amongst the team of 12.
Wow.
On Europe, amongst 5 players, Rory, Fleetwood, Justin Rose, Tyrrell Hatton, John Rahm. They have 48 points and 14 ties just amongst those 5, and they only have 1 rookie. And that's a big advantage.
Matty, and then you throw in the Bethpage Black, which is New York, Long Island. It's expected to be, and I don't think I'm exaggerating, probably the loudest, rowdiest golf crowd. I mean, when you see the WM Phoenix Open gets pretty crazy, obviously, but in terms of like cheering for and against people, is this going to be something we've never really seen in golf this weekend?
I mean, it went to Chicago in 2012. I mean, they're big cities in there, and yes, I think it's going to be amplified, not only because it's New York and it's Bethpage and Long Island, and that just always is loud. And there's the history of the Sergios and the Montgomerys who have taken flack from the fan. But in this setting, I don't know. I think it only is going to, it's hard to win on the road in a Ryder Cup, except for, who does it all the time? Europe. Because they these guys come from a culture of, have you ever seen a soccer game in Europe?
Yeah.
And
they're icy, man. They're like ice in their veins, the European team. And I'm with you. Did I read too that the conditions are actually playing pretty favorable? Like the rough's bad, but it's not US Open bad, and the greens will obviously be really, really fast, but the rain has come and will slow that down a little bit. It's going to favor the long hitters. We've got a bunch. They've got a bunch too. They're expecting like pretty low scores, right, guys, to score really well.
Yeah, I think they want the US is in control of the setup, of course. I think they want the energy, the birdies, the driving of Bryson, they're talking about him potentially going out first and trying to drive the first green 360 yards, right, and what that would do. I mean, Bryson is the X factor here for Team USA. Yes. I would hitch my wagon to him big time. And it looks like that's kind of what they're doing. They're embracing it. They're embracing him and the energy he brings. He is a fan favorite. Like him, don't like him, think he did the right thing or wrong thing in terms of live. He in this scenario, wash it all away and turn him loose. If I'm, the best player, this is the facts, right? One of the biggest dogs and best players on Team USA right now didn't even bring his clubs this week in Keegan Bradley. That's another advantage Team Europe. So if you're going to do something, I'd go all in on Bryson right now.
Yeah, Keegan could have picked himself. If people who don't follow golf, he's the captain, and he gets 6 captain selections. he was one of the better players, but decided not to pick himself so he could focus on captaining. Will that pay off? Will that backfire? It's one of the other stories that's so big this week. One other thing I wanted to ask. So just because you're an American or you're a European, normally in golf, they're all friends or they're rivals, but it doesn't matter like what country they're from. Is there genuine like rivalry here, like animosity? How much is that going to play in between the two sides, do you think, this weekend?
It's a real thing. It definitely exists, whether they want to admit to it or not. It just is. It certainly as it relates to Rory and Bryson. And I think one of the things I wish we could change is being able to give the captains more opportunity to actually set the singles lineup in which it's not random as to who they get paired against. Because are you kidding me? A Rory Bryson Sunday match for a Ryder Cup at Bethpage in which it means something, and say they're slotted in the 9th or 10th spot, in which you might have a winning point come from that pairing. That would explode. That would pop the internet. The sports internet would go, the top would come off, and we'd want to see that. But I do think there is some chirping, because you got egos, you got country, you got the flag essentially that you're playing for something bigger. Of course it's a real thing, and I think it only gets amplified in this setup.
Maddie, we appreciate it as always. Did you survive all the Real Housewives drama from this season? It seemed like it was pretty crazy. We don't really watch that closely, but I know I've heard some stories from you.
My wife, God love her. I'm here to support my wife,
of course,
and the way they treated her and have continued to treat her, and it's disgusting to me, quite honestly. I think she's handled it with class and elegance and grace, and I love her and I'm proud of her, and I'm here to support her. And we knew what we were getting ourselves into, except for we did not know what we were getting ourselves into.
Yeah, you thought you
absolutely
did.
ridiculous. You think you do until you do, and then you're like, oh my God, this is outrageous.
Have you guys? We only got a couple minutes.
Yeah,
you guys haven't argued about it, right? Like, why did we do this? Like,
that's good.
No,
that's good.
No, in fact, it's only made us closer.
That's
not
great.
only as a couple, but as a family. And we also, you learn a lot about who your friends are, and maybe who your friends aren't. It's been someday. She's writing a book, because she has an interest. That's also kind of the biggest frustration. Is my wife is fun and funny, and has lived a very interesting life as an adoptee from Korea and raised by an amazing set of parents in Lawrenceville, Georgia, but an Asian in a very predominantly white community, and has dealt with a lot of weird stuff and had a horrible first marriage and a lot of stuff, and that doesn't get to come out,
of course,
unfortunately, when nobody stops to actually listen to her, ask, or cares. And that seems to be a big miss as it relates to the platform, the show, and the structure of the people who are on the show.
It's great stuff,
Maddie.
Thank you,
great
buddy.
lesson for everybody. If you're on a plane, especially a long flight, make sure you get up, make sure you hydrate, and compression socks. Big. We're lucky we still have you, and it's good to see you as always.
It's great to be here, guys. We're all cautiously optimistic. The bruises and the bumps of being a Padre fan that gets us here. We're all in it together. I love you guys. I love how you cover this team and the support of this city. I love this fan base. I can't wait. I do think these guys have been they're laying in waiting. I hate losing Laureano. I do think it's set up well with King coming back, and man, Vasquez has been found gold. And I'm just very cautiously optimistic about this team.
Maddie, we got a roundtable to get to. I got to cut you off. I'm sorry. We got like 15 seconds. We got to go over to the
right
studio.
From here to listening to you.
Thank you.
Love you,
Maddie's in for the roundtable. We're in for the roundtable. We'll see you in a couple of minutes over in the sound space. Until then, thanks for joining Ben and Woods here on 97.3 The Fan. We'll be right back. And thank you to Maddie Ginella as well.